sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 won't you let the light shine through?
Hello, guys. Welcome to the semi-finals of the SCL League. Obviously, we've got iNation versus TrueAmbition today. Massive game. This is going to be absolutely amazing. What are your thoughts? About to be going into this game, Charlie. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm really excited. Semi-finals here. Only one of these teams can make it to that grand final, one step closer to winning the whole tournament. Yeah, I'm really excited. These two teams, really looking forward to playing them. Obviously, we saw very good plays from both of these teams, both 2-0 last games. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Very dominant game from iNation. Not too bad there from TrueAmbition either. So both these teams are going to be a really good matchup. So I can't wait.
Obviously, we had the blessing of obviously we were able to cast TrueAmbition last game. Ancient game was a little bit too close. Obviously, they did bring it back, but hopefully they won't be. Hopefully, there won't be something like that happening today, or will there? You never know. It's fun for us, fun for you guys as well. It should be a great one. I think obviously both teams very well versed. I can't wait to see what the maps are. We obviously saw the Ancient being pulled out from TrueAmbition. Whether it will happen again, I'm not too sure. But yeah, it should be really good. It should be really
Yeah, it was a little more basic from iNation last time, or a bit more that we expect to see from CS. Mirage and Inferno were the only two maps we saw from them. Didn't make it to that third map, because like I said, iNation did win quite dominantly 2-0. So yeah, vetoes are going to be something really interesting, something I'm really looking forward to seeing between both these teams here, because that sort of can be where the game's decided or lost. Just seeing what maps they pick, see if any punish picks are coming through. So yeah, veto's a really exciting part.
I think it would be nice to see maybe obviously there's a lot of, maybe you could say, a little bit more traditional maps like Mirage, Inferno. Maybe you could play Overpass in there as well. But obviously it would be nice to see something like Vertigo, something like Ancient, something like maybe Nuke coming in a little bit more, maybe strategic, you could say. But I think it's going to be a great matchup. Obviously, as you said prior, both teams 2-0 in the previous quarterfinal stage. Both of these teams as well looking to secure that final spot, and it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, 100%. Can't wait for it. I don't know yet who it is going to be in that final with one of these two teams, but we'll find that out later. I think we'll find out after potentially the first map. If it's a 2-0, we'll find out who one of these two teams could be playing. So yeah, grand finals going to be really exciting in general. The semis, we've got to get through the semis first.
Obviously got to get through the semis first. Obviously, on the other side, they're currently playing right now. It's Endangered versus Lucent. Obviously, both of those teams wanting to get through. We could potentially have a UK final. It would be on the cards. You could maybe say 50% chance. I've got a question for you, Charlie. You said you had something prepared for today. Not too sure what, but you said there was something here. Is that it now? We got a special interview.
Yeah, that might be a little special guest we've heard join there. Great interview from the mastermind behind iNation, in fact. Just before I mispronounce this, can you confirm, is it pronounced Troiv?
Yeah, it's Choiv.
Choiv, okay.
Perfect. Yeah, just so I didn't butcher it too much in game. So how are you doing before this game, first of all? How are you feeling?
Yeah, we are feeling good. We had the day off yesterday, and we just bragged a little bit. So we are ready to jump in the server.
So, have you watching TrueAmbition's games? Have you got something like? Are you scared about them? Are you worried, or are you going to be playing your own game? What are you thinking?
I mean, I watched a little bit of all of maps. I kind of know what they're going to pick. They played like decent CS, so we're gonna see. They're not. We are not gonna underestimate them for sure.
So you touched on it briefly there when you spoke about what they're going to pick. Obviously, without giving too much away, in terms of the vetoes, are we going to see any surprises? Are we going to see any punish picks maybe?
He's smiling.
Uh, Not really. I mean, from our side, not. We're gonna pick our best map, and I think they're gonna pick their best map. So
Okay, okay. I want to quickly touch on this before we go too much into this game. When you came into this tournament, what was yours and the team's expectations? What was the goal going to be?
I mean, this tournament is we expect it to win because I think it's good boost of confidence. There is not like really like let's say good teams, not like hard teams, but than us. So I mean anything but win. Yeah, we need this trophy for the next year
and
to boost our confidence.
obviously going into this game, are you a little bit are the team all feeling good? Is anyone a little bit nervous, or are you guys all very confident, very kind of ready, prepared for it? As you said you had practice yesterday. I'm guessing you guys just getting in those last scrims, trying to keep the team as motivated and as ready as possible.
Yeah, I mean, we choked already on few tournaments in semi-final or final, and I think everyone reset their minds, and we had a lot of talks before, not just this tournament, but overall of how season is going for us in ESEA and all the other tournaments we played. So I think in terms of experience lately, we learn what we are doing bad, and I think everyone is ready to give their best, and there is no like we are not scared, and I think we are not gonna do any stupid mistakes as we did before. So I expect win.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
nice.
in your previous game, obviously you won quite dominantly, in fact, against I believe it's pronounced Honved.
Yeah,
It might
Honved,
be. Yeah, it might
Hungary
be.
team.
So you've obviously also had a few more one-sided games in your favor. Are you expecting something like that again, or obviously you've already said that you're not going to underestimate them, but obviously with the talent on your team, is this something that we could be seeing in this game?
Uh, let's say no. I think let's say I expect two maps, but if it's going to third, I think it's gonna be tight because um, like their play style is not matching with ours, and sometimes they have like buggy plays, and we lately got punished from this when one guy just run around and someone just yell at this, and he gets annoyed, and next round he's like tilted still, and we cannot refocus. So we just need to adapt how they play, and I don't think we're gonna have any problems because we know how we want to play, but obviously we need to adapt on their play style so we don't get punished by solo plays and shit like this. Sorry
Yeah.
for the
No, it's
for the
fine.
word.
No,
No,
it's
yeah,
fine.
great
Don't worry.
interview.
It's no, it's fine. I just want to say, obviously, it's about 5-10 minutes until the game will be going starting. So obviously, we'll let you go. Speak to the team, rally the troops, get them all ready for the game. We'd just like to thank you for coming on, sharing your insight, and yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
thank you
luck
very
in your
much,
next
Joey.
game, and
thank you, boys.
obviously, yeah, good luck, and hopefully we'll get to see some great Counter Strike from you guys.
Yeah, thank you. I hope you guys will enjoy.
Oh,
Thanks.
we will. Cheers. Thank
See
you.
ya.
See you later, man. Yeah, great stuff from him. It was really nice to get him on. A little surprise for me, but yeah, cheers for that, Charlie. That was nice.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I loved about that interview was he was so honest. Obviously, he spoke about how a lot of teams say that they're always mentally ready, they're always mentally reset. Obviously, he spoke previously, we spoke in the interview there about sometimes things can tilt players, but they have to make sure they do mentally reset. So I wonder if that's something we're going to see today. Obviously, we're now in the semi-finals. This is top four. These are now the hardest hitting teams left in this tournament. So this is where the pressure really does build. So this is where that mental reset does really have to come in if a few rounds go the other way of either of these teams. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how those talks went between them. Interested if we're going to see any improvement from them. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens there in that aspect.
Yeah, no, it should be really good. All I'm what we will be doing is we are going to be going into a little short break just before the game. But don't go anywhere. It will only be about 5 minutes. Obviously, we'll see the map vetoes coming in. Hopefully, we'll see a little interesting one. Maybe we'll see an ancient. Maybe we'll see a nuke. But I guess that's for us to see later. But yeah, we will be back very shortly, and we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
There ain't no stopping us. Fly without boarding pass. Couldn't catch me, I be moving fast. Call me a shooting star. Let 'em know who you are. Flying up in a bar. Wish on a star. Time to show 'em who's in charge. Call me a shooting star. Even get to bronze. I said I'm moving too far. Get to bronze. Looking at a shooting star. Got more than a couple of people going mad, I swear they're rooting hard. Tell them I'd be big in the game like she went and got them breast implants. I said I'm moving too fast, didn't even get a glance. I'm ready to eat up track like I'm seated in a restaurant. If you had swag like mine, you know it's best to flaunt. We aren't hating because you aren't shining like it's neon, rock like kings of Leon. Shooting stars across the galaxy. I stand out, so don't be mad at me. Infiltrate, I'm with my strategy. When I turn up, then I just have to leave. Shooting stars across the galaxy. I stand out, so don't be mad at me. Infiltrate, I'm with my strategy. When I turn up, then I just have to leave. Yeah, shooting. Yeah, shooting. Yeah, shooting. Yeah, shooting shots. Shooting stars. Didn't even get to bronze. I said I'm moving too far. Get to bronze.
Welcome back, guys. Obviously, me and Charlie here. We should be going into the game very, very shortly. We obviously we don't have the map bans up right now, but I think based off what he said, it should be a really, really good game. I'm not too sure what the map bans will be, but when we find them out, that should be really interesting. What are you thinking, especially from what he said?
Yeah, I do imagine. Obviously, he said that probably not going to be too many punish picks or anything, and it probably is going to just be playing to strengths. So I'm not going to be surprised if we see a Mirage pick coming out. And it does actually look like this could be the map. I'm not sure if this is going to be the map where the vetoes are done, but I do think this could be the map. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Mirage, if we see an Inferno. Wouldn't be sure what the third map would be, but yeah, they're probably my guesses for those two maps. And I feel like we haven't seen, at least from what we've casted, we haven't casted too many Mirage games. So yeah, it'll be exciting to see that. Inferno, obviously we mentioned it before, quite a fundamental map. Everyone knows how it's played. Everyone knows how you play it. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if any of these teams could shake any of those maps up, because they've been played very heavily throughout all of CS, really. So yeah, I'm looking forward to those, for the map bans, in fact.
Well, it's not something. Obviously, those maps aren't really somewhere where you can kind of show much creativity. Obviously, due to the fact a lot of them have been tried and tested to like throughout all levels. Whereas like a map like Ancient, okay, it's no longer that new of a map, but there's still so many new things that are being brought out on it. So same with Nuke. Obviously, there's a lot of different play styles when coming into Nuke. Whereas like maps like Mirage and Inferno are kind of a little bit. I don't want to say not boring, but like we already know how the map is going to go. You know, they're going to be trying to take T's are trying to take mid control, same with the CTs, and then we'll work off that. Obviously, stuff like late B splits and interesting util stuff like that. That's always going to be new, but I feel like on maps like Nuke, on Vertigo, on Ancient, you can get a little bit more creativity.
Yeah. Also, speaking of potential maps, going into that, looking on the side of TrueAmbition. They played Nuke last game. That was there, and they won that quite dominantly against Phoenix. They're also, you mentioned Ancient. They can also play Ancient. It wasn't their pick last time, but they did win that game. They look very strong on their CD side. They couldn't get too much going on their T side, but they did eventually close that game out in overtime after an incredible comeback from Phoenix.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Nuke pick, potentially Mirage Nuke as the first two picks, something like Inferno as a decider. All we can really do is wait and see, but there would be my guesses for what we potentially going to be expecting in this matchup.
Yeah, obviously, you said about how iNation, obviously they do play a fair bit of Mirage. We haven't really seen TrueAmbition on Mirage, but obviously it's a map that most teams know. It's not going to be many players or many teams instabans, but I guess we'll get the pleasure of seeing. I'm not too sure when the map bans are going to be happening, but obviously when they are, that should be pretty good.
Right now they're just deciding. They're talking about location actually. To give you a quick update, making sure that they get the best server location for both teams, because obviously these teams are quite split in where they're based. So yeah, you gotta get the best compromise.
Yeah, obviously iNation being from Serbia, and then TrueAmbition being a more UK team. I think going back to the interview, I think I don't want to say he was quite humble, but like he kind of understood. Sometimes he basically said that they had to do like a full reset before the new tourneys, about how they had to change how they played, and it's nice to see, because some teams will kind of just they might just go, oh, it's an unlucky game, or oh, they played it better. But like I think it's clear that he realized, okay, there was faults, we need to change them, or we're not going to improve. And I think it is nice to see, especially when an in-game leader does have that mentality, because sometimes that is what is needed.
Yeah, and something I found quite interesting about what he said as well. He was talking about how they previously lost a number of semi-finals, and how potentially he didn't specifically say this part, but he was saying about how they kept on losing these semi-finals, and that often can get in a team mentally, especially when you're in this stage. They are in this semi-final now, and sort of reminiscent of what the old Astralis lineup used to be like. where obviously they seem to always lose or choke on these semi-finals. People weren't stepping up when previously they were meant to be, and the more you lose, the harder it can be to come back. So yeah, iNation are definitely going to do whatever they can to win this, because that could sort of break their curse. That could get them back onto a stride, and it will allow the players to have more self-belief in themselves. So then they're not having that same situation, the same scenario. But yeah, I think that's going to be one thing that's going to be interesting to see as well. Obviously, we got some great insight from Troy there. I think we will be posting the interview for anyone who did miss it, anyone who's in the stream now but did miss it, just so you can all catch up on that, because obviously it's not very often we can get insight from the leader of iNation, but in general from a player. So yeah, I think it'll be good just to let everyone see that interview, get more of an insight. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game.
I think the first map's Dust. I'm not too sure. The map has changed. It was recently on Mirage. Still haven't been given the map vetoes, but
yeah, they were. I do know they were restarting the server because of loss issues with loss from the side of iNation. So they're going to try another Dutch server just to do the best they can to make it as fair as possible.
We'll see if it fixes it. Hopefully it does. If not, maybe it'll just be put on another location.
Yeah, because obviously, I mean, games like this, at the end of the day, most fans here, win or lose, just want to see some good Counter Strike. That's what we're all here for, really. So we don't want any team having a disadvantage because of internet issues, because we're all here for the same reason. Each of these teams have deservedly qualified for this semi-final, and each of these teams deserve to be in the final, but there can only be one. So yeah, it'll be a shame if there are any internet issues, that do cause a team to have a slight disadvantage.
I think we have found out the first map that we're going to be going on to is Dust. I believe it is iNation's pick. Should be a really good one. Then we've got Overpass as well for TrueAmbition's pick, which wasn't really expecting. Obviously, we haven't seen them on Overpass, but we should be finding the final map out very, very shortly. Hopefully, it will be more of an intricate map, you could say. But you never know; they might just be going for like an Inferno kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's the start. Though. That's the start. I do like that.
I mean, my predictions aren't looking so great so far.
Dust.
Hopefully we have Inferno, so I can at least
Mirage is the third map.
Mirage is the third. Well, I got Mirage, just in the wrong order.
You got Mirage. That's that.
Yeah. I said the team was going to pick it though, not the decider map.
No.
Yeah, Mirage is a decider map. You don't often see that. It normally is one of the picked maps. It normally gets banned if it's left into the decider stage. But yeah, that's going to be an exciting last map, and I'm sure all of us here would love to see all three maps, but that's not always how Counter Strike goes.
All three maps is always lovely. It is always nice having all three. Might not have it though, but yeah, Dust for the pick of iNation, Overpass for TrueAmbition, and Mirage as the third map, as the last map. Not too sure where the server's gone. I had it up, but it doesn't seem to be working. I will try and rejoin. But yeah, I can't wait. This matchup, we've known about it for a while. Obviously now we're here. Now we're in the matchup. I think both teams shown so strong in the previous games, and nothing but great Counter Strike on the cards today.
Yeah, exactly. One thing that I think is going to be quite interesting then, especially with the first two maps, is how the AWP battle is going to go.
Yeah.
In a number of previous games, we've spoken about how the AWP battle could go, and it's not often been as back and forth as we would have liked. But I think with these two maps, Dust and Overpass especially, very AWP heavy. You can really get the AWPs going on either of these maps. Obviously, Overpass is a really AWP heavy map. Dust 2, you can almost AWP anywhere. So yeah, I think that's going to be a really good battle, and I think it's potentially going to be decided on the AWPers.
Yeah, I think obviously we've seen really strong AWPers on both sides here, but obviously if you don't get the economy going, the AWP's going to be pretty tough. Okay, yeah, it's all back working. Everything's back up. We should be going into the game very, very soon. But yeah,
something you pointed out briefly about the economy. economy on Dust. Obviously, it's known to be slightly CT sided, but CT side can be really, really punishing if you can't get that economy going. So that is potentially going to be the focal point of this game. How these CTs handle this economy. I think it will be TrueAmbition starting on it. So obviously they're going to want a good start. That pissed around the way to get that. Make sure you don't lose any force buys. Get clean anti-ecos, and that's when you can really start having a good CT side. If that money's a bit tough to control, we're going to see less AWPs, potentially no double AWPs, or at least not double AWP until very late, and then that's when it can start to be more favoured to the Ts, and then that's where potentially a team like iNation, that's when they can potentially close this map out quite quickly.
Yeah, it should be really good. Obviously, Piss Around is incoming, but we are going to be on Dust. I think it is, yeah, obviously it's TrueAmbition going to be starting on the CT side. I believe it was their pick 4 side. So, you know, they want to stick with what they're a little bit more confident with. Hopefully, you know, the match does start as soon as possible, so you can see some Counter-Strike instead of our speculation. But, you know, I think it is really good. Obviously, we haven't seen TrueAmbition on Dust and iNation showing the maps what they've been playing. Mirage, they've been playing Inferno. Maybe you could say a little bit more of the more classical maps. You could say a little bit more of the, I don't want to say overplayed, but they're more played than maps like Nuke, Vertigo, and Ancient. Really strong players on each side, though. I can't wait.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen Overpass yet in this tournament either, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing what team can do, because that map it's quite unique in the map pool. It's the CT side sort of have all the control to start with, and it's the T's job to take it all, slowly take that map control, and to see if any of these teams have anything new, anything inventive that they've come up with, potentially some fast hits, some slow hits, whatever. I'm just looking forward to. I can't wait for Overpass. I know that's the second map, and we've still got Dust 2 to get through, but in general, I'm just looking forward to this game in general.
Yeah, you know, I think I also, you know, Overpass is probably one of my more favourite maps, especially out of these 3. You know, maybe they can help me with some of my CT holds, because I know I'm not anywhere near as good as I should be. But yeah, I think we are going to be going into the pistol round now. But yeah, should be a really good one, and we'll see you in a little bit, guys. But hope you guys enjoy the matchup that we've got here. So finally, pistol round. Skipper got a fair bit of util on him. 2 players with util, and they've just opted for, you know, obviously four armor players and the kit and 2 flashes. We're going to see a fast hit towards the side of long. They're just going to be sending out PTK though. CTs aren't ready to bite it though.
CTs are rotating into CT here. They are gambled that 3rd player over towards A with that fast rotate from Reese. Even towards B. Oh, that's a great dink from BGL with the Glock.
Yeah, very rare to see a team going long with the Glock, especially due to the USB's long distance nature. The flashes will be coming in, and the push is going to be coming through. In-game leader right at the back there, finding the frag onto Reese. 2 players getting taken down on the side of TrueAmbition. Fraser finding the refrag. We do have Fraser, Jawster, and Dexter in the 3 versus 4 now, into a 3v3. And Skipper so low HP. Able to find the frag though.
Yeah, bomb plant's just going down now. They can isolate these 2 players, and the Vanguard goes down.
Oh my god, what a retake from the side of TrueAmbition. Just playing it slow, not giving up any picks, finding those individual frags, and it was just what was needed. Absolutely great round from them.
Yeah, I think they picked the perfect time to strike there. Obviously, they knew that bomb had to be planted, and when they know that, they know there's only 2 players defended it at max. They obviously had info on the car player, and that's when they chose to. Obviously, they pounced on that guy, and then just killed the 2 site guys after that.
Yeah, no, they just played it really smart. Obviously, he was completely stuck. Car had, you know, couldn't really do anything. Obviously, because the smokes had dissipated and there was nothing he could really do. Maybe a swing could have been a little bit more helpful from the side, from sight, to try and help the player car, but just completely stuck. I think it will be a tech pause here. I'm not too sure.
It is a tech by the looks of things. It is once again internet issues. A little bit of fun and chat there, saying potentially it's DDoS. But yeah, this is something that's gonna have to be fixed before we can get this game back underway. It looks like we potentially could be looks like we could be having another server change again.
If not, though, Fraser has brought out, obviously got an M4, pretty much full util armor and a kit. Obviously, those frags and the defuse are only going to be helpful in the economy. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. What
and
we
obviously
can
the
see.
T's did get that bomb plant there, so when they do go into the next round, that's going to be the call from Choi there. Do they go for the force buy? Do they just stick with their money, try not to let these SMGs get too much kill reward damage, and just see what you can do with a better full buy? Get the AWP out on the third round, for example.
Yeah, they're going to be wanting the AWP out as quick as possible, I guess. But it's just going to be playing it slow. Pause still coming in. I'm just going to be moving some stuff around. Sorry about that. But yeah. Hopefully the game does go underway. Hopefully we are able to stay on this server. Don't have another server change, but I guess we want to get everything as good as possible. We want everything to be as clean as possible, and that's just the goal, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Especially iNation don't want to drop rounds here due to internet issues, especially on their map pick. This is the one that they should be winning. This is the one that they've got to take. Because Overpass is a different story. Obviously, that's TrueAmbition's pick. That's TrueAmbition's sort of home turf there. So yeah, any rounds that slip away due to these technical issues, that's going to be a big hindrance there.
Yeah, they just want to be making sure they're getting as many rounds, especially on the T side. I understand. Obviously, Dust is a little bit kind of split. You know, you can have a really strong T side. You can also have a really strong CT side. It's more about how you play it, I guess, or about how useful those AWPs are. The AWPs on this map, obviously, so important.
Yeah, and a nice little. I'm loving these jokes in chat here, saying that potentially the dog's downloading something on the internet. but yeah, as I was saying before that, Dust 2 can obviously be a map based quite heavily on spawns, and at least with the T side. And we can see potentially, 3 players are towards long. Let's take long. We got B spawn. Let's rush B. We see that quite a lot from teams on Dust. So it'll be interesting to see if they do rely on those spawns to call around their T side, or if they're not going to let the spawns impact. Play your own game. Obviously, the spawns can be very helpful. A good long spawn, you can get there before any of the CTs. Get and pick with the AWP maybe. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see that, how heavily the T's rely on those sort of spawns. See if the CTs are going to be able to counter any of that, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's just another. It's just whether the in-game leader wants to call around what he's feeling or what the map kind of dictates to him. Obviously, if you have 4 people spawning, pretty deep towards long, go for it 100%. Same with B. You do see a lot of those fast B hits usually on when you do have the spawn.
Yeah, definitely, completely. Like I said with the AWP, I want to quickly go back to the AWP. The AWP on Dust, when I mentioned about these spawns, can be a big part. We can see I already touched on it with the long spawn, but you can really open up a site by yourself with that AWP and a good spawn really. Obviously, it's more. You typically have more 3 players towards A, 1 mid and 1 B. If you have that good spawn for B and you've got a good AWPer, which both these teams do have, you can get that pick on B and just swarm the site. And obviously, B site is known to be a really, really tough site to retake, potentially even forcing the CTs to save after one round. It's sort of similar to Inferno in that fact, where you lose one of the sites completely and you're sort of locked out. The rotations are quite far from long to B and vice versa. So it can be quite a brutal map. It can be quite unforgiving. But obviously, these guys are all these people on the server, all very well prepared for this. I'm sure we're going to see some good retake util from both of these teams. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how that plays out. These post plants, these retakes, the site takes, all of it in general. I think it's gonna be a really exciting game.
Yeah, I think the servers. I think we're gonna need a new Go TV. For now, what I'll do is I'll put us back on the screen, and whilst the new servers getting sorted, we can just have a little chat. see how everyone's doing. I'm not too sure whether the server just went down or whether it's getting sorted. I'm not 100% sure, but it should be fixed relatively soon, hopefully. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss anything here. But I'm just trying to see iNation's last game on Dust. Like I mentioned it previously, they played a lot of Mirage and Inferno. They 2-0'd both of their games where they actually played Mirage and Inferno. They played Mirage and Inferno back to back in their last 2 games. So I'm sure in the bans of TrueAmbition they would have that in the back of their heads. Yeah, maybe we ban these maps. Maybe we don't let one of those 2 maps get to the decider. I mean, obviously Mirage did, sorry, but potentially not Inferno, because obviously TrueAmbition. I think Inferno is going to be a very even game. So I wouldn't be surprised if all these technical issues get solved as soon as possible. I wouldn't be surprised if both team takes their map pick, and then it goes to that third map or Mirage. Like I mentioned, we don't normally see Mirage as the third map, so I think that's going to be a really exciting playground for us to watch that one.
Yeah, no, it's only going to be good. You know, I think we got a new server. Hopefully that will be sorted as soon as possible. But I think obviously both these teams really strong on, I would say, on these 3 maps. Obviously we haven't seen TrueAmbition play any of them. You know, they've been playing. Obviously they played. Well, from what we casted, we saw them play. It was Nuke.
Ancient. It was Ancient and Nuke. Yeah.
Ancient and Nuke. So you know, it would be nice to see if they're as strong on Dust, on Overpass, on Mirage, as they were on those 2 maps. But I guess that's all we can do.
Yeah, you mentioned it a little bit when you said about iNation playing a bit more of the more played out maps, the more well known maps, or at least historically the more well known maps of maps like Dusk, Inferno, Mirage. It sort of flipped a little bit for TrueAmbition. We've seen a bit of Nuke come out, a bit of Ancient. They're not afraid to go into these more, well, I don't know if I'd say unique maps, because obviously there's only 7 in the pool, but potentially more of the less played, more of the tactical ones. But yeah, I think I spoke about the AWP battle that I'm going to be excited about, especially in these first 2 maps. But one thing we didn't talk about is the in-game leader battle. Obviously, we got an interview before with the iNation in-game leader, yeah. And I think we're going to have a post-match with someone from TrueAmbition. Don't want to give too much away there. But yeah, it's going to be exciting to see those two, the 2 in-game leaders on both sides, match up, go head-to-head, and just try to out strategy each team, see what they can do with rotations. We watched it a little bit on the TrueAmbition Phoenix game where we saw some gamble rotates. You got man disadvantage. Let's stack the bomb site a little bit more. Let's make sure gamble a site. What's the in-game leaders read? Let's just see what we can do in that matter. And I think Dust 2 can sort of be like that a little bit. We often see potentially, you have, rather than having the 3A, you can see 2B, 1 mid, 2A. And you can have that mid rotation helping B so quickly, and it's almost like a 3B stack if there is a B execute. And that can be so tough to take that site with a lot of angles to clear on B site. You can get a lot of crossfires going. So I wonder if we're going to see that any sort of gamble rotates, anything like that. But obviously still got technical difficulties, so we can't see just yet.
Especially when obviously if an AWP's going to be the mid player, having that AWP long doors, obviously the long doors, having that AWP on the B doors. Obviously those B doors flipped quite a while back now, but it just gives an avenue for the AWPer to be able to have that effect.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot safer to have that AWP hold in there now, because you're not so forced to fully commit yourself into that bomb site. You can peek it from slightly further down mid. You can sort of watch both mid and B at the same time. Take a shot towards B, have a look back mid. It's sort of like that. It allows them a lot more versatility in that mid player. In fact, and the B player as well can help mid a lot more. So yeah, I think that we've only had subtle changes over Dust in the past year, 2 years. But I think both the changes have been good to make the map a lot more balanced. And I mentioned B-side being really tough to take. It still is really tough to take, but it's almost impossible to take with the doors flipped.
Yeah, it was just it's such a difficult retake. Obviously, anyone towards car, anyone towards tunnels, they're just completely safe. You know that you'd have to peek out like backwards, and it was just so tough. I don't know if don't know if that map's going to be replayed, whether someone lagged out or something like that, or it's just going to resume with that 1-0 to TrueAmbition.
Yeah, it should resume. There's nothing you can really do if the problem isn't brought up before the round or before any damage is taken.
Done,
So yeah, it should be that one round still for TrueAmbition, but obviously we still have that second round to go. And we've seen a lot of teams win those second round force buys. And often it can be better now in this current meta to win the second round force rather than winning the pistol. Because the team that loses no longer gets that extra loss bonus from losing the pistol. They're back down to the bottom loss bonus. It makes their force buy very weak, sort of only deagles and armor. But it looks like we are going back into the game finally after all those delays.
Yeah, we should be going back very shortly, very, very shortly indeed. I think it's going to be a really, really strong game from both teams. I think iNation might need to win this force buy because having TrueAmbition on really, really strong economy is going to be really difficult. But, it's just something that we'll get to find out. We'll get to see. We are going to be going into the map, back into the game. Hopefully no more tech issues, but you can never, you've just got to play around it. We are going to be seeing an AK being brought out onto Skipper, and then we've got the Tech 9 and the Deagle on Choi and Vlad, and two of the more, maybe less useful weapons, you could say. We are going to be seeing them just taking short control, and they don't have a mid player anymore, so the CTs on A are going to have to be really, really aware of this short push.
Yeah, we saw Skipper pull out that AK, but at the cost of head armor. We'll see if that can... Obviously, none of the guns on the CT side that they have in play are able to one tap on the head. So I wonder if that's going to potentially cause anything, but that's a well-timed molly. Look at that, split the pack. They've all pushed through, in fact.
Not doing as much damage as intended. Only dropped one player down to 67, but Choi posted up with the Deagle. Will he be able to find one? But PTK takes down two. Can get the third as well. And you spoke about how important winning that force by back into the game will be. And they brought it down to a 4 versus 1 now. Reese, 43 HP. Only got an M4 to his name. Might be able to see the player here. Surely he has the information, he does. But the save is just going to be called. And such an important round for iNation to win.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to try to let him save this. I spoke about how often it's better to win the second round than it is to win the pistol, because of the lack of money, the lack of loss bonus. If they save this M4, that can be a big win for, despite losing the round. That'll be silver linings for TrueAmbition there, because that M4 will have to go alongside Deagles, and that's your chance back into the game. You've got that one guy, and you've got to set him up and see what you can do with that.
Yeah, obviously they are going to have to force. Not much money on the cards. We will be seeing a fair amount of Deagles. Reese could drop over a Thanos, though. Not too sure whether they will do that. They do still have a kit as well. So this round isn't without the... Well, out of the realms of possibility for TrueAmbition. We are going to be seeing...
Yeah, but look how much that buy stepped up for iNation. They started with that 1 AK. They leave it with 3 AKs, a FAMAS and a Galil. But that's a nice flashbang.
CT's going to be trying to take a deep on long. It's whether they know there's a player crossed over. They're going to be looking towards Pit. Dragon, unfortunate timing, but does find the frag. Does some damage on the second as well. And that's iNation now. 2 frags very early on. And we've just got Reese, Fraser, and Dexter in a 3v5 here.
Yeah, they're very split. Dex is forced to get a bit aggressive on short here. Same with Reese in tunnels. They're getting all this info. They're going to know. But the bodies on iNation, the amount of players that are left, it might be too much.
Oh, Dexter does find the initial frag, but is going to get traded. PTK very fast to get that refrag. And we're now into a 4 versus 2. Obviously, the trade's always going to favour the T's. Especially now it's a 3 versus 1. Just the rounds are getting harder and harder. They do have the information on the final player as well. PTK so deep, able to find the frag. And that's the, I believe that's the 6th frag for PTK.
Really, yeah, obviously, really yeah, great second round with them all lining up with that Galil for him. But yeah, that's going to be the eco now for TrueAmbition. This is where we spoke about the CT economy. This is where the T's can start to build theirs. Obviously, we've already got 5k, 4.3 on some players on the T side. But yeah, they're not going to want to lose anybody here. But it is going to be that long push, and they are sending 2 players out there.
Dragon, I was just going to say, first orb being brought out onto the side of Dragon, able to get the frag with it. We have got Vladden and PTK pushing up long. PTK getting a 3K there, add into the kills. Currently 9 and 1. It is just absolutely insane, putting up big numbers already. CTs are going to have to get back into this game from this round, or it could go just completely one way for iNation.
Yeah, we spoke about how it can be really tough to get those AWPs out for the CT side. Yeah, they're not anywhere near getting one out right now. They're going to need at least 2 more rounds. But Fraser gets a great pick on Troy, and this could be a round win. There's only 1 player here on the B side. Fraser's doing his best to try to support his teammate.
Vladden, though, has the information, finds the frag, and they're completely locked out. The window smoke, the door smoke. 4 versus 4 for the retake, but the bomb is going down. And there isn't really much they can do right now. 2 remaining smokes as well for iNation, so they can just constantly re-smoke. Oh, lovely little one-way smoke. I love it. There's nothing they can do. Vladden finding the frag. We'll be able to get a second. Oh, come on. Take the read. TrueAmbition, you got to realize that that's a one-way. That's no safety net.
Yeah, they sort of seem to be trying to force this retake. I know it's a really tough call to make there, but obviously they didn't know what we know about those 2 smokes from iNation. But those smokes would have lasted the duration of that retake, really. So they either had to push for a smoke or force that window push. So I would have quite liked to see a save from TrueAmbition, because they're not going to be able to buy this round. It's just that 1 AK from Jawstone.
Able to find the frag, though, trying to destabilize the T economy, but it is currently very, very stable. We've got Dragon on the AWP with 11k. Just absolutely insane. If he's able to live another round, he's probably going to have to drop a teammate. He might get max money. That's how strong their economy is.
Yeah, Dexter's just sitting on a USP. He's going to want to get that AWP out next round. And it might be crucial at this point for the CTs. It's going to be 5-1 down if they can't do anything in this round.
iNation, though, finding 3 frags towards long straight away. Fraser, though, might be able to find this frag onto the player long. Just spamming the deagle. Finds the second as well onto Skipper. And we've got Dragon, Shoaib, and Vladden in a 3 versus 1. Taking that repick, so confident with the AWP, and obviously does find the frag with it. And it's 5 rounds for Team iNation.
Yeah, now, oh, look at that. I spoke about the double AWP, and it's out already on the first real, the strong buy here from TrueAmbition. They don't have any weak weapons here. No FAMASs. This is it. This is their best opportunity they've had all half. And it comes with the double AWP.
You do have to take it sometimes. They're just going to be smoking off long, but look how aggressive Dragon's got with the AWP. Able to find 1. Flashes are coming in now. Probably might not be able to find a second through that smoke. We've seen how aggressive he plays, and look how fast the T's are up short. Fraser has to be aware here, or he's going to get taken down. Dexter, though, does find the first, can find the second as well. Smokes are going to go down for the cross, but Skipper jumps across, trying to ruin the AWP's aggressive peaks here. And Reese finding the frag, and Dexter finding the third. Absolutely insane round from Dexter with the AWP. We spoke about how important the AWP is on this map, and he's just put it completely. He's just used and abused with it. Just absolutely insane.
Yeah, disappointing there for the CTs. Weren't able to save the double AWP. Obviously, they'll be happy with the round win, and a win considering it was a 5 versus 3 disadvantage to them. Oh, I love this boost here. Crafton already sees him, though. That's a great kill onto Fraser from Dragon, and a great opening that iNation desperately needed.
Just a little bit unlucky. You know, crouch peeking through there. If he pushed fast, he might be able to found the timing, but just wasn't meant to be. Tease this round. Obviously, they know they're going to be on another 4 by just trying to play it passively, though. Spraying through the smoke, and has dropped Reese down to very low HP.
Yeah, that's some great chip damage there, especially considering he's the lone player towards this side of the map. The closest rotation is Jawstone, but he's stuck in CT. They have boosted him up. And it could be good if they go for the mid to B split.
We do have, though, Skipper just sat looking towards long doors, making sure they're not going to get flanked. But EJ are so far away from the action. The rotate is going to be so late. Surely they need to just call the gamble here. Both smokes are going to be coming out the molly as well. He's in such a tough position, and they have the information on him. Jaw step.
Look at that, they dropped over the util. Although he's missed that molly there, it's made it seem like there's 2 players mid, but the brunt of the attack's coming from tunnels.
EJR able to find the frag onto the lurking Choi, just looking back, trying not to get taken down, but I think they are just going to save. Yeah, the save call has been made. Still got the AWP in Dex's hand, so we'll be able to have a buy, hopefully, going into the next round. But iNation are just looking so strong. Obviously, it is their map pick, but...
Yeah, I mean, obviously I wanted them to save on the last B hit that happened. It is sort of common knowledge that you sort of need 3 players minimum to sort of allow that full buy to happen next round. Some guns can be dropped over, and everybody should be able to have a weapon into this round. Lucky for TrueAmbition, they do still have some decent loss bonus. They could drop over a mass. EGR could potentially drop over an M4 at Boston, maybe a Molotov. But yeah, they're definitely going to get a buy into this, and I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I'd be surprised if we didn't see one from TrueAmbition here.
Dragon, though, being able to utilize that AWP in such a great fashion. Can't wait to be seeing him later on, maybe, you know, more of a you could say a CT-sided AWP map like Overpass. I think him on Overpass posted up mid, even sometimes peeking towards Monster. It's going to be such a difficult... We do have the double... Is that a double AWP on T-side? Choi bringing out the double AWP on T-side. 2 AWPs, both one towards A, one towards B, both finding their individual frags. And they brought it to a 5 versus 3 within a matter of seconds.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier in the pre-game that these AWPs can literally be used anywhere. And it isn't that uncommon a thing to see these double AWPs at. I'm sure if we could get another, he does get caught out by EJR there. That might be they might hold on this long hair here. I think just regroup and hit somewhere for iNation. But they might not expect Dexter this pushed up short with an AWP.
EJR is getting a lot of information here. He probably can hear the steps. Is just going to fall back and keep himself alive, I guess.
Yeah, wherever they go, they should only really face 1 CT. And it looks like it's going to be a 1 versus 4 wherever they go. Oh, if they go B here, this could be devastating for Reese.
Completely alone here. It's all dependent on the timing of the push from Dexter with the AWP. No, you're being held. Oh, unlucky for Reese. Obviously needed to get himself out of the B site, well, out of B site because Tunnels player was coming, but they just didn't have the information on the mid push, and that's gonna be the bomb going down for iNation and the 7th round for iNation as well. They are just gonna be saving on CT.
Yeah, obviously, I mentioned it's such a difficult situation to be there. Obviously, they gambled not having that CT player and having Dexter push up short. Potentially, he needed to get more aggressive if they wanted anything in that round. Obviously, we saw Reese having to get aggressive, having to take a fight, because if he just sits on the site, chances are he gets nothing. He gave himself the best possible chance. That's the double AWP gone. Dexter gets taken out on long. And that's both of them gone. Great shot from Dragon. That is brutal for TrueAmbition. Their money doesn't really validate a buy. They're probably just going to half buy into this, but they got no weapons going into it. They needed that AWP. They needed those AWPs.
They are going to be giving up the half as well. It will be 8 rounds for iNation if TrueAmbition are unable to find it. iNation just showing, you know, we spoke to Choiv and he said, you know, we're just going to be picking our maps, and it's clear why. They're just playing so well. Obviously, so strong on this map. Doesn't really want to pick a punish pick like Vertigo, like Ancient, like Nuke, especially when their map pool is so strong.
I mean, we saw the last punish pick against TrueAmbition in Ancient, and although it was close in the end, very dominant in the beginning from TrueAmbition, and they did close out that map.
CTTs, though, just playing so passively, waiting for the util to come over. Going to be playing anti-flash, but Vladden able to find 2. Will he be able to find the 3rd? Dexter, though, that round just was over. Kind of was.
And look at that economy for the T's. 13,000, 12,000. This is getting out of control here. There's only 5 rounds left of this half, and majority of them on iNation are gonna have the buy for it.
Yeah, regardless, you know, I think even if they lose every single round, they should have a buy. Or they should have a fair buy. Because they are obviously going to be getting loss bonus. They do have 12k on most buy. Absolutely
We are
ridiculous.
back to this double AWP for TrueAmbition, though. We didn't see it work too much previously, but it's got to work here. They've got to start stringing these rounds together.
It's just going to be really, really tough. We're going to be seeing more of a double B setup. One player obviously towards window, looking middle. TrueAmbition just seem to not be able to find those opening picks. And it is really, really tough on a map like Dust, especially when you are getting taken down. You are just going to be punished very, very quickly.
Yeah, they are pushing up mid doors here. Only player who's holding it is Reese. Doesn't want to get too over aggressive, or that B side can get overwhelmed very easily.
I'm just going to be playing really, really passive towards middle. I do like that from iNation. Obviously, they've shown how dominant they are, but they are still showing TrueAmbition a lot of respect. They are just playing really, really slow. And, you know, it's nice to see.
Yeah, they're faking the mid take, but Reese is jiggling it, so he's got all the info that nothing's out yet. So they should be prepared for this A here. And Jorster's got to get some control, but he could get taken down for it. Skipper gets one. That's long for free.
Oh, he's in such a tough position here. Dexter needs to find the frag with the orb, or he's just going to get found. EJR getting taken down. And Dexter here. Such a tough position. Obviously, their new skipper was towards long, but Dexter had to take one of the fights, and the orb being punished for the fact that obviously there's the fire time.
Yeah, I think TrueAmbition seems so close to making the right play all the time, but we see them get aggressive, but arguably not aggressive enough. And we obviously saw Dexter there get so overwhelmed from both sides. He gets pinched, and there's nothing he can really do unless he can manage to somehow hit all of the shots in an impossible situation. That's another round for iNation, and this game's starting to get out of control. And look at them hunting for these rifles. They don't want them to save anything, and they all could go down by that nade.
Oh, perfect nade from Choi. If he's able to find the second as well, they have the information. He's low HP, but doesn't have his gun out, and Reese able to find two, trying to keep iNation's economy low, but you know, Vladden's on 16k. Surely he's going to drop over to Choi.
Yeah, he would. I don't think they care at this
Nah,
point.
I
The
don't
money's
think
so
they did,
strong
yeah.
for everybody.
I don't think it really matters. Obviously, we spoke about the spawn's going to be a big tell on what the T's are going to do, and they do have the B spawn, so they are just going to go B. I do really like that. Sometimes you do just have to play off spawns, especially on a map like Dust where it is so spawn favoured.
Yeah, Reese is towards B, and he is the lone gun. The all can be really strong here. Playing behind the boxes, great angle. You can use that scope to full advantage.
Executive is going to be coming out. They are playing anti-flash. He should be able to get one. Can't find a second though. Skipper just so clean with it. Vladden as well. And we are going to see Dragon find the frag onto Fraser.
There's that long T-spawn flank from Jaws there, but arguably he might just be going for... Yeah, he might just go for exit frags at this point. See if he can... Well, damaging the economy is probably not going to be that big an issue, but maybe saving a naught for your own economy.
Yeah, they do find the information. Oh, he has been tagged though. Dragon's got him really low, and he's going to have to find this frag now. He will be taken down.
Oh, I love that from Dragon. Just in case he dies, throws that AWP away and pushes the Tech 9.
Yeah, it's smart. I like it. Making sure that they have no economy. And
yeah, don't give them the gun back into this. Obviously, it looks like Reese is questioning potentially getting the double AWP out, and yeah, that's exactly what he does. Hasn't had too much use with it yet. The TrueAmbition have to make this work. Oh my god, the double tag. Reese half, Fraser 30 HP. That's unbelievable. They're already having a tough enough time as it is. And then with Dragon tagging them like this, look how confident he is. Pushing alone with the AWP out. Teammates are now in support. EGR's surely not going to expect this.
So unlucky. Oh, the dink coming in. PTK finding the second frag. Reese going to be firing back though. But he is completely alone here. It's such a tough position. Molly going down. He's getting swarmed. There's nothing he can do. And we've got Dexter and Jorster. 2 versus 3 now. Was originally 2v4.
Yeah, once again, these CTs locked off the site. It is a 3 versus 2 here. But he spotted the CT. And that's another tag. Dragon loves tagging these CTs. Yeah, and that's going to be the save call. It's so hard to make for TrueAmbition to call these saves when you're so far behind. You know, your instincts tell you you've got to go for these. We've got to start getting some rounds. But with a tagged player, with the bomb site gone, it's an almost impossible round. Nice kill into Skipper, but won't do too much for them other than stats, really. But there is going to be a point in the game where TrueAmbition do sort of have to say, we can't physically save anymore. We have to start going for these rounds if we want to have a chance back into this game. they do still have 2 buys left after this. They're potentially going to buy. It'll be interesting to see. They got full loss bonus, of course, and they do have 2 saved guns. Will they opt to go for the buy in it, or will they just gamble, get deagles around these rifles, and we'll get a full buy on the last?
Yeah, sometimes you do just have to go for that full buy on the last. You do have to take that gamble, but obviously they going to want as many rounds as as they can. But yeah, they are going to be full buy in this one. EJ are going to be on an MP9. Hopefully, we'll just play a little bit more aggressive. Obviously, if they are able to get these last 2 rounds, 11-4, not that difficult of a half to come back from. Obviously, nowhere near as many rounds as they probably wanted, but not the end of the world. We've seen how strong both of these teams are, and the game's not over until the 16th round, and we know each team can put up numbers. Jawsy and EJ are getting aggressive. This is the true ambition we remember. This is, I think they finally found their footing, and getting those 3 frags early on is just what they needed.
Oh, look at this timing. How will it favour him? Fraser does get taken down, but he gets the kill for it. That's the AWP gone.
Do you have the in-game leader now? 1 versus 4.
Yeah, the goal now for Troy here isn't the round win. It's going to be how much damage can we do to this CT economy. 3 kills, and they're not going to have a great bind to this last.
Let's be honest. If he's able to find Reese, the bomb can go down, and this round can be won. It's not over. It's just whether he checks it, though. He does check it. Finds the frag as well. This round isn't over. 1 versus 3 now. We know how strong Choi is. Just whether he'll be able to find the frag. Oh, no. Misses the one-way. Isn't meant to be. He's going to have to make a really advantageous play. Maybe push through the smoke. I don't know, but something's going to happen. Something's got to happen. I think he's trying to trigger discipline here, though. But they do find it, and they find the round. And that was just perfect from TrueAmbition. Just got really aggressive towards long, found those 3 frags, and the round just went in their way.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what they needed. That's what they were struggling with. They weren't able to get these opening picks. As soon as they do, they come in. They all come at once, really. 3 opening kills there. Almost won the round after the first 15 seconds, really. So yeah, that's a big round for TrueAmbition, and this is an even bigger one. Get those 4 rounds on the CT side, and yeah, like you said, this is not out of the contention yet.
We do have the auto on Choi. If you haven't seen, he's brought out the auto sniper. I love it. I remember, obviously, before the latest Dust rebrand, you could say, you could just spam down mid with 5 autos on the last round, and sometimes you'd see teams do it. But obviously, there's that massive house, that massive wall in the way, but did still bring out the auto for the spam. Unfortunately, wasn't able to find anything with it.
Well, that's a great molly. He's going to have to force his smoke there. He can get out.
Just whether he'll choose to get out, though. Oh, the nade, though, getting dropped down to fairly low HP.
Oh, but look at this at the same time. The T's are slowly pushing up short. They've kept the 2 players towards B and only 1 mid. So there's only going to be 1 player holding the short position for now if they choose to go.
Fraser is really deep with that ult. They are 2 towards B. I think they're just going to try and find this frag towards B. But little do they know they are going to be playing fast towards A. Jawstick able to find the frag onto PTK. Molly will come down. Finds a second as well. And that's 3 frags for TrueAmbition. It's a 2 versus 4 here. 1 versus 4. Dexter coming in with the 3 kills towards, or 2 kills towards the end there. Really, really strong round from him.
Yeah, they needed that. That's their avenue back into this game. It's going to be a tough road back, but it's the one they've got to take. It's the one that they set themselves up with, having quite poor rounds there. That was the first 2 rounds they strung together, and they won the pistol as well, which isn't the best look. Obviously, that second round force coming in from iNation, but they've sort of got to win both pistols if they want to come back into this game, or come back into this map at least.
Yeah, no, 100%. They need this pistol round, or it's going to be really tough. We are going to be seeing the Jawlies coming out and Skipper able to find 2. Sadly, not the 3rd, and it's a 3 versus 3 now. All they need is
and they've got the info.
Just going to have to push back here, but look at Choi. He's playing so passively. It's just whether he gets checked.
Yeah, they've also got Dragon pushing up short here at the same time. Oh, he's such a strong position. They're going to know he's out there. Troy for the dink.
Able to find the frag, though, onto Dragon. Regardless of the fact that he's dinked, though. Reese finding him completely. Reese so deep here. Surely they have to make the assumption that A's the play. It's just whether Dexter can cross with the bomb in such a sticky position. Finds Choive, and we've got PTK 1 versus 2. Bomb just needs to go down here, and the really, really important round for TrueAmbition if they're able to find it.
Yeah, was there a kill on Choive there? I'm not too sure, but that's kind of want to be received if there is. He hasn't picked it up, so potentially not.
Reese completely alone here, able to find the frag though. 2 kills for Reese, 2 for Dexter. Really, really strong round for TrueAmbition. It's just what they needed.
Now the question is, for iNation, is do they go for the force fight? And yeah, they certainly do. Drop a scout across there to Dragon. Got armor as well. Couple of Deagles, couple of 5.7s. Got to get up close and personal.
Yeah, we know how strong the 5.7 is. Maybe they could have brought out the Julies again. With Vladden playing so close, able to find one, finds a second as well. Unable to find the third, but 2 really important frags from the side of iNation. Oh, through the smoke, Fraser getting taken down, and the flash will be blinding both players here. Dexter and Jawster, though, able to find these last, those last 3 frags. And they are aware of the play
Such a risk there from Dragon jumping into the site. Obviously, he wanted more. He wasn't done with what he got, and now they've got the info.
Molly going to be going down. And surely there's nothing PTK can really do here. So locked out of the site. Flashes is going to be coming in full blind. Yeah, he's just stuck. They've got so much utility. They've got another 2 flashes just to delay. Molly will be coming out. I think they're just trying to keep him alive, but he does find the frag there with the Mac 10. But we should be seeing a 4
versus 2, yeah. That's rough for iNation there. They're going to think they should have closed that one out.
We should possibly see the 7th round for TrueAmbition. And it seems as though this game is a lot closer than it could have been. Really good winning the pistol and the 2nd round. And TrueAmbition now as you said, they do have an avenue back into this game. It's just whether they'll make the most of it.
Yeah, this could be 7-11 here. And that's a big difference from that 11-2 scoreline we saw.
We saw earlier. 9 round difference, now it's 5. Should be a 4 round difference after this one. 3 grenades though.
We mentioned it for TrueAmbition about how the economy it can be very brutal on the CT side, and it hindered them a lot in their buys, forced to save a lot of it. I wonder if we'll be seeing the same thing from iNation.
Ooh, is getting dinked though. Reese is now dropped down to 2 HP. They do have nades as well. Whether they'll choose to use them this early on. Ooh, Reese, 2 HP though, still has the confidence to just swing out and get the frag. Sadly, these grenades not able to find the frag onto Reese.
Yeah, nice bit of chip damage, but I wouldn't be probably not going to get anything from this.
EJR though just posted up toilets, posted up tunnels, just finding those eco frags. It's
yeah,
really
we're not on overpass yet. We've still got this map to finish.
I'm just so excited for it. Just so ready.
It looks like this looks like this map's could go all the way up to the wire.
Yeah, really strong from TrueAmbition as well, keeping all those guns in contention for this round, not trying to give anything away, keeping their economy as high as possible, trying to get it hopefully as high as as iNation's in the previous half.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bonus round here from TrueAmbition. Not as weak as we've seen many though. The Scout's probably the weakest weapon. They do have a couple of Galils, which in this current meta are very viable weapons.
Yeah, really, really strong.
Looks like Dragon's Orb could be the first thing to get contact.
Oh, and it does. Full blind, doesn't matter. He finds the frag. We'll be able to retrieve the AK though, and we do have 2 AKs, 2 Galils, but the setup from iNation is just so strong here. Really struggle to what TrueAmbition are going to do here.
There are only 2 players towards this A site for now. We do have PTK rotating in, but he could get the first shot. That's a great shot from Dragon. And that Molotov's got a delay. They don't choose to push through. Jaws says there's a free kill, surely.
Is going to get found now, and it is a 2 versus 5. CT's on the full buy, showing how strong they are with those guns. PTK as well, finding the final frag onto Dexter. And we spoke about how good it was for TrueAmbition to keeping all 5 alive, keeping the economy high, but iNation's just done one better, kept all 5 alive with perfect weaponry. You know, they've got 3 M4s, they've got the AUG and the AWP, not a single one being taken down.
Yeah, that's a great response there from iNation after losing those first 3 rounds on the CT side. They needed that, and they won it, quite convincingly.
I'm just going to be seeing TrueAmbition don't bite the bullet, they don't go for it. Obviously, they were setting up for a long hit, but they saw how early the util was coming in from iNation, and they didn't really want to take the gamble. Going through that smoke grey screen, especially with how strong Dragon's been playing with the AWP, you don't want to take that risk.
They used quite a lot of their economy early there. Not economy, sorry, utility.
PTK, though, could find the frag. Isn't going to, though. Just going to be falling back, but will find Fraser. A little bit of chip damage as well.
It's back to this short take. It didn't work for them last time, but will they catch a timing? Dragon isn't here to stop this initial push, this initial contact, but he is towards long, and this will be such a strong position for this AWP with these retake smokes, with these execute smokes.
Molly is going to come down, though. The flash, he is full blinded. The ramp player, whether he gets found is the difference. Dragon able to find the frag onto Reese, finds a second as well. Just going to be looking for the third. So strong with the AWP. Dexter, though, putting up a number of his own. Skipper, though, so aware. Finds him as well. And we do have Dexter bomb going down in a 1 versus 3. Gonna have to take some aggression somewhere because we do have Skipper pushing up long very, very shortly.
There's double short, but the space is not perfect. But Dexter's missed shot cost him his life.
There it is, round 13 for iNation. Just what they needed, and it's gonna force, well, surely it's gonna force TrueAmbition onto that eco, possibly giving up the 14th round.
Yeah, I love that there from Skipper. Just such patience. Obviously, you've lost the sight, and that's when players might start to think we've got to do what we can to fight for it, but he remains holding long. EJR is surely going to be annoyed after that one, but I know I would be.
The buy is coming in. The C's are buying. They don't want to give up 14. They want to win this round, but it's going to be so tough.
Yeah, but they might be giving up 15 in doing so. Yeah. They do have long for free, though. CTs didn't have the spawn. Look how aggressive mid they've got, though.
And they doing so much. Reese getting found. Going long here, such a risk, especially when you only have 1 rifle, but Dexter being able to use it so well. PTK here seem very alone towards this A site. Nade won't be able to have the effect it truly wanted.
I don't think they realise how close these T's are. They will now.
Fraser, though, so strong with a deagle. Finds a second. 2 frags there. 2 1-digs. And Dexter finding Dragon. And we spoke about the chance of giving up 15. They didn't want to give up 14. It's exactly what's happened. Really strong round from TrueAmbition. Should be able to find 8 here. The nade, though. 2 players so low HP. He's going to be going for it, but jaw stare, perfect crosshair placement, finds the frag. Ambition getting that 8th round. And we spoke about how it would be such a risk for for TrueAmbition, but they showed, you know, high risk, high reward. They got that reward.
Yeah, I mean, in the interview we had with Troy before the game, he was speaking about not underestimating the team. We can see why he said that. The individuals there are TrueAmbition. 2 incredible deagle shots there from Fraser. And then obviously, even Jaws there so low at the end. Great one tap into the last. Great headshots.
Yeah, just really strong from both teams there.
First tactical pause of the game. Doesn't seem like that because we had a long technical one to begin with. But yeah, that was cool from iNation. Obviously, they just lost that round after winning 2. This is their last full buy before being forced onto an eco, so great time to call it. They do still have the open play on Dragon.
Oh, unfortunate flash coming in, but the nade will do some damage. Choi dropped down to 58 HP. They are just going to be falling back long, though. They need to take some aggression elsewhere. Look how deep Skipper is long, though. We've seen how strong he is on long, and there's nothing TrueAmbition can really do.
We've got Dragon playing mid this time. This potentially will catch off the T's. Or miss shot, but the nade could do something. A little bit of chip damage. Potentially could get those M4s a headshot, but will be tight.
Will be exactly that. 92 damage. I believe that's a one tap with the A1S.
I think it depends on range. Damage fall off.
Either way, just a little bit of chip damage here every single time is always going to be helpful. CTs and T's playing really passively here. They're not trying to give up anything. Whilst we look at that though, Dragon, PTK both above 20 kills. Dexter not that far behind on 19. But we do have two players on the side of TrueAmbition, single digit. EJR and Jawster both on 8 frags, obviously needing to post some bigger numbers if they want to bring this game back.
All the T's here lined up towards long. That's where the hit is. There's no long hit. It's all short.
The triple smoke's coming in as well. You're going to be seeing a defensive smoke from Choi trying to keep PTK alive. He's going to be rotating back and should be able to find the frag here. You do only have 10 seconds left and the bomb's not even getting planted yet. 6 seconds.
They still the player on Goose. Do they know about him? Yes, they do. The bomb does go down. Man advantage for TrueAmbition. 2-man advantage. Oh, one with that kill on Dragon. Reese is so low, but it might not matter as Dragon does have the AWP. Fraser played around the smoke.
Able to find him. That is such a crazy round. What, 10? They took short with maybe 30 seconds left. 10 seconds and they're still not cleared the site. Just absolutely crazy. I don't know how that round went in the way of TrueAmbition, especially with the amount of players towards CT.
I mean, you saw what the defensive smoke there from Choi did. You mentioned it then, but look how much time it wasted. They had to wait for that smoke. And then when they realised how long the time was, they had to sort of force something. I don't think Vlado knew that they knew his position, because potentially he would have spammed in the smoke trying to stop that bomb plant.
We spoke about EJR not putting up numbers. Just got himself an ace. Absolutely crazy stuff. Killing 4 players towards mid and the final player just with a Glock on long. Gonna do absolute wonders for his confidence and just great stuff.
Yeah, that completely. But more importantly, it will do a lot of wonders for the T economy. Building that up. Gonna try to give them the best possible chance, because iNation's economy very rough right now.
We don't have Dragon on the AWP. We've been seeing him use the AWP so frequently here, and obviously they're unable to afford it. So maybe we'll see a different side to TrueAmbition and iNation here. Oh, stuck behind the smoke. Skipper able to get one, but can't find the second. PTK though playing aggressive. Will get one, but will get traded as well. And it's a 3 versus 3 now.
Yeah, the health does favour the CTs, but the weaponry, the Ts. Oh, this info there that they've gotten. They could meet at T-spawn. Oh, it's all about timing. Surely Fraser doesn't get this kill. Man advantage for the CTs. Oh, they're surely not going to expect Dragon here. Nobody's played here this whole game.
Does kind of half clear it, but Dragon, such a sticky position and will get himself the AWP as well. And that is the 14th round for iNation.
Yeah, Carl can be a really one-and-done position there, but with only 2 players left and 1 being the AWP. If that shot isn't connecting, it's almost a free kill onto the AWPer. 2 more rounds for iNation to close this out. 14-10 after an 11-2 lead. TrueAmbition have bought this back. They can't let this slip away.
Look how aggressive Dragon's getting. That T-side smoke's going to do nothing but wonders for him. Unable to find the frag. Fraser able to get it. And we've got a 4 versus 3 now, completely taking the B side. Obviously,
but look at the 2 players. Look at the 2 CTs. They're surely not going to expect them this close. Surely they won't expect a second.
EJR is spamming. Not sure whether he's shooting for information, though. Skipper, though, able to find 2. Can't find the 3rd. And we've got Choi in a 1 versus 2 now. Fraser and Reese needing to find this round. It's so important for them. The flash will be coming out. Does have information on both the players. Choi able to find 1, but Fraser's just going to have to play this so slow. Both the in-game leaders there in a little grudge match for that round, 1v1, but Fraser was able to find that last frag.
Yeah, a lot of damage done there for iNation. So you look at the money now of the Ts. It went from being quite stable to being pretty close to being reset. If there's a chance somehow iNation could win this round, they might win the game from it. But yeah, that's tough for iNation there. They needed a round after losing this, or at least likely going to lose this. Only a 2-round gap between these two teams. Potentially this is the mental part that Troy was talking about. Potentially this is what it's like. All these semi-finals that they've lost might start to combine now. It might start to get in their head. The pressure might be pounding. That grand final spot might be just too far.
Yeah, I think you can kind of see it's a little bit of a different side. Obviously, iNation was so strong on T side, just getting so many rounds early on. But TrueAmbition have kind of showed their form and showed that maybe maybe it's more of a T-sided map for these two teams. CT Economy obviously a lot harder to handle. Skipper might be able to find one on this, and it's a 4 versus 3 now. Obviously not the best weaponry. Reese is going to be dropped behind 3v3, 3v2 now. And Vlad, and whether he gets the timing. Yes, he will. Finds the frag, and we've got Fraser 1 versus 3 now for the 15th round for iNation.
I said if they lose this game, if they lose this round, they might lose the game. The economy is not there for the T's. Fraser has got to win this, but they're all peeking him. There's surely no way.
Oh, finds 2, but can't find the third. Third was just sat on site for the whole time. Such a strong round for iNation. And the money on TrueAmbition is looking so low. This is going to be such a tough round for them. And this is everything.
We said about what TrueAmbition can do with their individual's ability. That pistol round, that deagle round from Fraser. He's got a deagle again, and he's got to step up. But iNation showed that they're no slouch with these deagles either.
They are just going to be playing aggressive towards long. PTK, though, able to get one. Ooh, doesn't find a second through the smoke. But Dragon's going to find Fraser pushed up towards short. Jorst is so low HP. And this is going to be such an important round for iNation. This will end the map, and it will just be everything for them.
Another tag. 2 players so low. That nade takes him down, in fact. It's just Reese. This round's on Reese's shoulders, but he's gone. It's just Jorst here. With that AK-47 and 9 HP,
Bomb is down.
Surely there's nothing he can do.
Does get the timing a little bit on the offer, but he's going to see him. Can't find the frag. And that's it. That's the game. iNation finding the 16th round. And that's it. Absolutely crazy one. Just what iNation needed. And yeah, absolutely mental stuff. Crazy game for both of us to watch. But iNation just pulling through, just getting those frags. And it was, great. It was just an unbelievable game.
Yeah, one step closer to that grand final. 1 map left to play. Potentially. Obviously, this TrueAmbition's map pick. They bought it back there on Dust. I think if that Dust game was a blowout there from iNation, I think we could be seeing a 2-0. But the fact that they bought that back, they got more rounds into the game. They were 3 rounds off. 3 rounds off of the score after being 11-2 down. So I think for TrueAmbition, yes, they lost the map, but there's positives to take. And hopefully they'll be able to look at that game. They came back, build some confidence. Obviously, you mentioned someone like EJR, getting that eco ace. If he didn't get that, who knows how his head could be in this game. So I think Overpass is really going to be such an important map. It's especially from TrueAmbition's side. They've got to show what they're made of now. They did have a great Dust 2. They did bring it back, though, and we saw glimpses. But we can no longer see glimpses. We have to see the full package here from TrueAmbition.
Yeah, it's everything for TrueAmbition now, needing the next 2 maps to get that grand final spot. Obviously, that is something that we will be seeing in a little short while. We are going to be going into a really quick break. So obviously, don't go anywhere. This is the second and maybe final map of this series. So yeah. But we will be right back very shortly. Hello, guys. We're going to be going into the map very, very shortly. We do have TrueAmbition versus iNation going to be on their map pick as well. Got the side of iNation starting on the CT side. Obviously, we'll get the overlay fixed very, very shortly. But the Ts are just going to be playing really, really passively on this map.
Yeah, this pistol could be crucial here. If TrueAmbition can get this win, they'll put themselves in a really good spot to take a good few rounds on T side. And look at that, they've got A side for free basically. The gamble stack didn't work for iNation, but the call was incredible from TrueAmbition. They're slowly getting as deep as they can without making anything known. Surely the cogs have got to start to turn. Surely they've got to start to realise.
So deep here, the bomb will go down. PTK though, all about timing, able to find one. So 5 versus 4 now for iNation.
They've got the backstab from Fraser. The man advantage is in the way of iNation right now, but it might not matter. Fraser shows himself.
Oh, and there we go. We've got Fraser 1 versus 2 now. They know where he is as well. They're just going to be sticking the bomb. Oh, just got no time. Needs to find the frag. Won't have time for the defuse. Really well played from TrueAmbition.
Yeah, really close round there. Came right down to the wire. If he had a kill, I think he won that round. I think a part of Fraser's heart skipped a beat there when he missed all his shots. If he had a kill, that round was over. But he did win it. The flank paid off in the end. But you've got to think there from iNation, potentially the gamble was too much to go into this.
Yeah, sometimes you do just need to switch it up a little bit, play a little bit more aggressive, I guess. Obviously, TrueAmbition were just playing it really, really slow, and there was nothing iNation could really do. Didn't really check much towards the A site, and they just allowed them to just do so much there.
Very even split, but once again, so aggressive. Reese is all the way up here, but Dragon clears his corners. He kills him, takes him down before any damage can be done by Reese.
Will be found as well. Not really much Reese can do about that. You do just need to sometimes take those gambles through the smokes, and it just didn't work in his favour this time.
Yeah, that's forced these T's towards this B side now. Dragons are getting aggressive long, but it's going to be a long rotate when he finds out it's clear.
So passively here. They do have the information. Surely he's going to jump spot. Smokes are coming in. The exec is coming in. Only Deagles on the side of iNation. Bladden though so deep. We'll be able to find the frag on the player towards site. EJR getting the trade.
There's not sure water. Look how fast Dragon is. He's got the Galil, but he's made so much noise. Gets taken down for nothing.
We do just have Choi here towards heaven. We'll find the information towards the player. Barrels brings it down to a 1v2. Going to be such a tough round here. It's going to be dropping. Just shoot on the drop as well. Oh, they know he's close. There's nothing you can really do now. No utility. Does have the AK though.
And that reload's given away. Giving it up. Got to turn from the flash. They know he's not on it.
Finds the first frag though. Finds a second as well and completely gives up the round. Dexter didn't need to push there at all.
That. There's a 3 versus 1 there for Troy. The in-game leader leading his team to victory in that force buy. We said how big that round pistol round could be for TrueAmbition, and they've just given it up. They both pushed 1 by 1.
Absolutely no need there.
No, there's really no. And Troy could drop over an M4. They could strengthen this, but he drops over an AWP, in fact. A counter force of TrueAmbition could come out, but the bomb plant might actually stop them. They're going to get a buy if they eco this regardless. That's what they choose to do. They play the long game.
AWP is going to be coming out, but they do seem to be going fast towards middle, so if he's unable to get that information early on, he might get taken down. He's going to get dinked though, will get taken down, and the AWP is going to be in the hand of the T's. Just whether they'll get in time. Skipper though, able to find 3 or 2, can't find the third.
Yeah, Fraser's a good double AWP, you know. It's going to be potentially Fraser in 1 versus 3 here if Jorster can get out. He does with the mass, but only 6 HP. This round is winnable for TrueAmbition.
Just how they play it, how iNation play it, and they are just playing it really passively. Don't want to be giving up anything. You know, the com player is going to be sneaking up a little bit, but he could be found here. And that's just not what they want. Not what they want at all. They can't give TrueAmbition any entrance back into this round.
Oh, it doesn't look like... No, they are aware of long toilets, but the timing's not in Choi's favour.
Oh, I see
now
the
we
gun
definitely
barrel
know,
gets the
isn't it?
collateral Choi with the AK save from the previous round. Do has the all back as well. So nice. From
Yeah.
him.
Dragon's at least going to have another crack at it. Won't want to give himself up like that again.
Yeah, peeking from-
Potentially, yeah, I think he was thinking it was going to be the force buy again. Didn't look like he anticipated such a rush like that with the Glocks.
obviously was able to get one, but couldn't fall back in time.
Yeah, but the fact that he was able to fall back slightly stopped them from picking up the bomb, picking up the AWP instantly, which actually allowed iNation to sort of get back into that a little bit, get those frags for the players forcing to get that AWP.
I do like as well they dropped the AWP over to the player with the best mid spawn. The trust that Dragon has really in the rest of his teams to use his weapon. Obviously Dragon being the main AWPer on the side of iNation.
Yeah, not much A control here for the T's. In fact, they completely give it up. Dexter backs off. Looks like it's going to be this B execute from TrueAmbition.
Don't have much utility, no flashes to even execute the site, so all iNation really need to do is just hold those angles. They are going to be pushing up towards Shaw, back turn, Jawster able to find two. The XX forced out now, and Reese will be able to find Shoiv completely alone on the island. That is Mound. There's nothing they can really do here. 5 versus 2, surely the save is going to be called. Really, really strong round from TrueAmbition. It was the round they needed, especially after losing that force bite.
Yeah, you look at the buy, and iNation can scrape something together with their funds, their limited funds, I should say. But they will be able to reinvest into the next round. But it all comes down to these two saved weapons.
I think as well they do have the AWP. The AWP obviously being such a control point, such a pinpoint within this map, and obviously between these two teams, we've seen how strong Dexter is on the AWP, and same with Dragon. Dragon putting up numbers in that Dust 2 game. And obviously if he does play the same, could maybe solo towards the A side and they take short. Just
Yeah,
one.
they are allowed to get away with their weapons. Dragon's actually got a mid spawn, which I'm sure he'll love to take.
Could drop over 2 Famises as well, and Vladen can buy, so yeah, it's exactly what happens. Just wonder whether
Yes.
Dragon plays aggressive here, especially with the mid spawn. Oh, I think he is going to go for it.
Didn't see a comp peek here, in fact.
Yeah, they do fake Molly Con as well. Going to be peeking it. Will he find the frag though?
EJL's not giving anything up yet. How long will Dragon hold it for? Oh, the timing's not actually that bad. I'd rather back off mid. TrueAmbition are loving a bit of team damage this game.
Yeah, they did it in the last as well. All they need is they need to utilize that AWP. Dragon though just going to be trying to take some re-aggression towards mid. But it's just all about timing, about whether Dragon, you know, takes those opportunities with the AWP. If TrueAmbition are able to not let them find anything, that's just what they need, as they do still have 2 Famises in this round.
Yeah, there's been a number of times where TrueAmbition have been allowed to get long for free. I'll be interested to know when it will click for iNation that they're doing
Vladen
this.
able to find 3 towards Monster. Can't find the 4th. Obviously still alive here. Going to be swinging as well. Surely. But such a strong round there. Playing from the greats. There's nothing there. Nothing they can do.
Even if he drops here, there's PTK so close. They surely wouldn't expect 2.
Oh, Fraser able to find 1. Finds a 3rd. Able to... And then we got Dexter and Skipper. 1 versus 1 now. Molly's going to be coming towards Heaven, but will he be so ready for the Heaven peak? Skipper and Dexter both shooting individual bullets, but Skipper just finding the head of Dexter. A round that probably shouldn't have been as close. Fraser obviously able to find 3 there. Dexter finding the 1 on site. but the 1v1 did go in the favor of iNation, and just what they needed that.
I mean, it went from being a close round, where it went from being having no avenue in to being very winnable. That's the Fraser we know. That's the Fraser we saw glimpses of last game, and he's shown why. 8-4 right now. Got 3 of his kills in that round. 3 incredible openings.
Yeah, I think iNation played a little bit passively, or not a little bit passively, but they played a little bit poorly there. The peaks were kind of a little bit individual, and it just allowed Fraser to get those 1v1s. TrueAmbition, though, do have another full buy going into this, and the guns are looking more favourable, even though they've lost a player on the side of TrueAmbition. We do see 2 MP9s and a FAMAS on the side of iNation. Going to be upgraded into the AK, though.
Yeah, the user is quite scarce on everybody here, so it could be coming down to these gunfights, and when you take around the big green of iNation, this can be tough. Skipper alone, the man who won the clutch himself, gets the dink. Can he get a second? Yes, he can. Last player towards long.
Dexter able to find the frag onto Skipper here. Won that individual 1v1, but 1v3 needed for him and wasn't able to find it. Oh no, he drops. Oh, PTK. Oh, he's going to be kicking himself. He threw the AK away, but wasn't able to grab the AWP in time. Oh, Dragon's going to be a little bit annoyed there as well.
I think the whole team's going to be annoyed about that, because that does hinder the economy. Luckily for them, TrueAmbition are on a full eco, and they do have 2 MP9s to try to make some money back.
Just so unfortunate when stuff like that happens. You know, it's just getting CSGO'd, but love-hate relationship. Oh, the nade finding a frag. Dragon able to get 4. Skipper stealing the ace away, but
yeah,
maybe
he
not.
says if he can't get an AWP, if someone won't drop him an AWP, he'll have to buy it himself. And getting those 4 kills certainly helps it.
Yeah, I feel like TrueAmbition, we said it in the last game, if they're unable to find these early rounds, it's going to be really difficult for them, especially on their map pick.
You still have these 2 MP9s for iNation, though.
We're going to be seeing a very aggressive mid-take from iNation. They're going to be pushing through those Molotovs and smokes. Dexter, though, here, it's all about timing. Able to find the frag onto Dragon. Trying to make the most of that MP9, but wasn't able to. Lovely bit of movement from Fraser there.
Yeah, there's only one player on the CT side towards A. The 1 comp player in Joyve, and 2 on B. He could have contacted AJR, does clear it, but it's not good enough. AK retrieved. 4 versus 4. Make that 4 versus 3, and they allow Troy to escape. They've got to go at A here. It's do or die. Skipper's surely going to get caught out. Waiting his time, and that's A side clear. 3 players all rotating in from CT spawn. Only 2 flashes on TrueAmbition, but they get the bomb down at least.
The Molly doing absolutely everything, but look how deep Dexter is going to find 1. Will he find a second? Obviously not PTK finding the trade, but completely open here. And Vladen, 1 versus 2, aware of where 1 player is. Finds a frag onto Fraser. 12 HP though. And Jawsed it, finding it. Bringing that round. And TrueAmbition getting a 3rd. So important for them. Just what they needed.
Yeah, I mean, we said we would love to have gone to 3 maps. We still can. But this is one hell of a close game so far. 4 1 versus 1s in this game so far. 4 1v1s in these 8 rounds that have been played.
Yeah, you know, half this map's gone down to a clutch situation. And obviously, if it goes in one, if all the rounds went in the favour of 1 team, it would be absolutely crazy. But they were able to find that round there. TrueAmbition. Skipper going to be peeking. Flash coming in from Choive as well. EJR getting taken down again unnecessarily. Same with Dexter. Dragon back on his primary weapon, back on the AWP. And there's nothing TrueAmbition can do against Dragon's AWP. He's just absolutely insane.
Oh, Skipper, if he goes up the ladder, and he does, he is behind them. But it's how long can they delay for? Fraser gets taken down. Skipper's got all of this information. They're going down con though, so it might be in vain.
The door's open as well. Got blown open. It's all about timing.
Oh,
here.
it's all on time.
Skipper able to find 1, but Reese will get the refrag. Gonna have the information that he's towards divider. Flash coming in. Oh, he sees the player towards truck. Unable to find him though. Aware of
He
the
knows
orb
what
as
they
well.
both are. He heard the orb scope.
Really strong. Really well played from PTK. Another round for the side of iNation. Just what they needed.
Yeah, another round, another eco for TrueAmbition. It seems like they keep on having these. They're sort of stuck in a loop where they're always ecoing and buying. It seems like it's tough for them to string these rounds together. They haven't had 2 rounds in a row yet. All of their rounds have been split quite heavily, which makes, like I said, these double full buys quite a tough thing to see for them.
Yeah, they're gonna need to start. They're gonna need to start securing these double rounds. They're gonna need to start stringing them together, or the economy is always gonna be really, really rough for them. All being brought out on Dragon again, obviously dropped over from Chove. I just think even in those rounds, TrueAmbition are unable to bring it down to make it really close, and therefore the economy is just going to be really strong.
Yeah, I mean, the economy for neither team's looking great, so nobody's out of this game yet. That's 100% for sure. All it takes is an eco. Oh, but look how fast the short
Such
player
a
is.
big nade doing complete damage there. PTK wondering what happened to Fraser. Vlanen did want the kill as well, PTK. Not all of them are for you.
Yeah, Dexter would have loved a bomb plant in this round, but that looks near on impossible at this point. Unless he can get some absolute Glock shots away. Only connects 20 and probably about 15 bullets onto him.
EJR is able to drop an AWP over, but I doubt it's going to happen. Yeah, he's just going to buy a rifle. I'd like to see something maybe a little bit faster from TrueAmbition on these gun rounds. Maybe a fast monster hit. We've seen Dragons so strong with the AWP. So many smokes there on the floor.
I'd like to see something similar to the pistol round that we saw from TrueAmbition. Obviously, it was a great call and they were able to take it along for free. iNation are barely holding it. They've obviously got the early mid-aggression. Oh, and it continues. Will they expect the fountain play? That's a great flash. Was it a team flash?
No, it was Dex's flash. Just throw it and swung.
Oh.
It's brilliant. Perfect. Sometimes, you do just have to throw those flashes yourself.
Yeah, get the job done. And look at that. They do have long for free, though. But it is Dragon looking there. Surely you favour the AWP in this gunfight.
Exactly what happens. Dragon positioning just amazing, but Jaws, they're so aware of the boost, finding the frag, and they're just going to be pushing fast towards Monster. Skipper's trying to, run down as quick as possible. It's just all about whether there'll be enough time for him to retake the smoke. It will be dropped heaven.
Yeah, the longer they delay for, the longer the quicker the flank from Dragon's going to be here.
Oh, it's going to be a fast ABC swing, and if they're not aware of it, it's going to be really tough. Dragon is really deep here, but unable to find it. And that's another round for TrueAmbition. They're able to string this together. It will put iNation back onto an eco, and this game should be fairly even.
Yeah, that's an important round for them there. If they can manage to win this round, that's going to force iNation onto an eco, even in the score up, or almost even in the score up, 7-6. And that's already a good half in the tees. Anything extra is a bonus.
You're going to be seeing this aggressive play towards Monster. Not going to be finding anything with it, but the double nade coming in, not going to find anything. The double nade, the triple nade.
Reese always seems to be the one taking this chip damage from spams, from nades, from whatever.
Just not getting the best timing. Able to still make something of it, even when half HP. Another smoke going down Monster. They're just delaying this exec as long as possible. Keep TrueAmbition on the back foot, not giving them any control whatsoever.
Yeah, there's a late mid take here from them now. We haven't really seen this from TrueAmbition, so it'll be interesting to see how iNation are able to handle this.
I'm just going to be playing really, really slow here. They're wary of the smoke. Look how... Skipper pushing up connector, finding the frag onto Fraser. And look how deep Dragon is. Oh, they are aware of him, though, and EJR finds the frag. Play towards Truck, though. Will he be able to stop this aggressive push? We've got Jaws there, able to find the frag. 3 versus 2 here for the side of TrueAmbition. Just need to get that bomb down and have the guns out. Pushing through the molly, but PTK unable to find anything.
Yeah, the health really favors. Somehow the health is still in the favor of iNation. You'd hope he'd still give it a crack at this. Each player 1 bullet from death.
Does have a Molotov as well. Could be absolutely massive. Obviously, Vladin doesn't know what we know. We can see the HP and only 52 combined between the 3 players on TrueAmbition. Vladin nearly having double. It's just the crossfires, though, so difficult to break.
Yeah, you can never count out a player, even if they're 1 HP. The way that they can play in a team, the fact that these AKs are 1-hit headshot, all it really takes is who's faster, who's more accurate.
When pushing into a 3-man hold, it's impossible, really. And I think it's going to force iNation onto an eco. TrueAmbition should be able to get this 6th round and make this game really, really close.
Yeah, the only person who's able to stop them is the man who survived that round himself, Vladin. He's got that 1 M4 a Molotov. He buys a smoke as well, so potentially just using it to delay a hit on B.
I just want to delay as much as possible. Don't want to give TrueAmbition anything into this round. They do seem they're going to be playing in connector this round. And we've got 2 players towards middle. Fraser will be joining them as well.
They are taking short as CTs. Vladin behind the pack, getting ready to trade out these USPs.
Nothing to find though. Surely the call is going to be the rotate up A. And we've got Dragon here completely alone, only with a USP. Will eventually peek towards long, but there isn't really much he can do. Oh, Vladin able to find EJR completely alone. And that's
a gun retrieved.
That's the entrance into the round that they needed. TrueAmbition really can't let this slip.
They still have Reese towards B here. Just selling this fake.
Oh, they're going to be they're so deep towards A. The util is coming out. It's going to force him out of the bank position. Dexter, though, wanting to swing, is a player towards truck as well. They've got such a strong crossfire. PTK able to find one. Reese in a 1 versus 3.
And Dragon's behind him. Oh, in fact, 2 players are going to be behind him. It's going to be Vladin, the solo player, on the actual site.
Oh, Reese, nade in hand. Will he be able to find one? Nade doing a fair bit of damage. Is going to just have to play so aggressive here. 2 players behind, though. And iNation find the round. Full eco with 1 M4. Able to bring it back. The 2 USPs towards A site. They couldn't crack it. The crossfire was too strong. And TrueAmbition just didn't have the utility.
I mean, I mentioned it. The 1 player to stop them was Vladin, and he got triple into that round. Obviously, we saw how aggressive they played, and it really caught them out. The USPs going in as the bait, let Vladin take those opening shots, and that's exactly what happened. They got the opening, got another AK on the board, got another rifle, and then it all spiraled out of control from there.
A little bit of chip damage onto Vladin, but Reese once again finding some chip damage of his own. 2 players dropped to, you could say, nearly half HP.
Yeah, we do have the AWP out here for Dexter. We haven't seen it on this T side.
Just what they need. Dexter with the AWP, we've seen how strong he is with it. Maybe that will be the difference maker for them. Obviously, the economy was so difficult to make on the side of TrueAmbition as they weren't able to string 2 rounds together.
Yeah, these last 2 rounds, in fact, are going to be so important for both teams. It could end in a 10-5 half for iNation or an 8-7. Either one completely favouring the other team.
I think as well, regardless, TrueAmbition, even if they do end this half with 5 rounds, they're not going to be disappointed. It is not that bad. EJR getting taken down by Choiv, though, early. They do have 3 players towards this B site. Going to push through the molly now, but Fraser will find 2. Towards the short position, is going to get traded by the AWPer, but Vladin, they don't know about him. The bomb's going to go down. Will he be able to find the frag through the wall? And he does. We've got Jorst here in a 1v3, gets taken down, and that's the 9th round for iNation. The T's fully invested as well. So little money going into this last round. Seems as though it should go to a 10-5 half for iNation.
Yeah, you would really favour iNation in this round, but anything can happen. We saw that full eco bar, that 1 M4. We've seen so many buys like this in the previous map. Anything can really happen, and it's going to be the fast B to make something happen.
Yeah, you know, they do just have these pistols. They are going to need a very fast round coming out. He's going to be peeking towards Monster. It's full blind. Dexter able to find one, but PTK's going to be biting back 2 frags, and we've got Jawster and Fraser 2 versus 4 here for the last round of the half. 1v4, Fraser on an AK. We've seen how strong he is in this series. Just whether he'll be able to find the frags. Oh, they do have the info on him. Able to get one, but that's about it. And that's the half, 10-5. iNation are going to be so happy with those last 3 rounds as well.
Yeah, I mean, we were saying about how the game could be leveled up by 1 round, evened up by 1 round, sorry. The fact that that one sort of eco victory, the eco with that 1 rifle, was so important. It allowed them to string those last 3 rounds together, and what potentially could have been an 8-7 half for TrueAmbition spiraled out of control into a 10-5 half to iNation. So yeah, they're certainly going to be happy after that. The fact that could have went massively out of control.
I think as well, all players on iNation, they've all stepped up. They're all playing well. You know, the difference between these 2 teams, well, between those 5 players is 3 kills. Obviously, we do have Skipper on 14, and obviously Choiv and Dragon both on 11. All players playing absolutely insanely, and it's just whether TrueAmbition will be able to put up the same numbers.
Yeah, something of interest is TrueAmbition have won quite a few of these pistol rounds in this game, but they struggled to convert the second. Let's see if this could be a similar story.
We are going to be seeing a fast smoke towards A, but look at Dexter, able to find one. Whether he'll find a second, though, is just going to be falling out, trying to get away. Can't find the second, does a little bit of chip damage, but Reese, though, finding 2 towards the site. That's the bomb. Fraser will get taken down by Dragon with the P250. The 1 tap on the side of the T's. But we got Dragon now. 1 versus 3. EJR finding the final frag. And they do win the pistol. You didn't mention they're so strong with these pistol rounds. But the second round force, they've lost a fair few of those as well.
Yeah, they did get a few players survive there. I'm not sure how much cheap armor investment they were able to get there, if any. So we don't. Obviously, their economy's obviously not going to be great. Second round, they got 3 MP9s out, and it's actually going to be perfect for the buy of iNation. Not a single penny invested into this.
Yeah, you know, they don't really want to give anything up. Bomb doesn't really go down. It's going to be really, really tough. Are just going to be jump spotting towards short here. The CT's playing so passively, knowing that they can't give anything up. But I think sometimes when you do have those SMGs and when you are against an eco, you can take some control, because you give up everything. You force the sites to be split.
Yeah, and you risk giving up a bomb plant, and they really don't want to let that happen. And Jaws there with 3.
Might be able to get the 4th. Is getting hungry, and PTK will feed him. 4 frags, 4 Jawster there. M4 playing really, really well. This is going to be a little bit of a bonus round for the side of TrueAmbition. They are going to be keeping all of their weapons alive. Winning this, though, is going to do wonders for the economy.
Yeah, the 5 AK-47s. We're not going to see an AWP in play because they chose the eco. And unless Dragon got some serious kills with that Glock, he wasn't able to get anything. But look at this mid-aggression. Already some damage onto Fraser early, but Troy gets taken down. They can back off out of here. And that's exactly what they've done. But look at this long push. PTK doesn't expect it. And they not only do they back away with 1, they back away with 2. And that leaves the remaining iNation players thinking, what the hell just happened? Where did my teammates go?
Yeah, just really, really strong from TrueAmbition. We spoke about how, obviously, they didn't seem their form on the map of Dust 2. Did bring it back. But we know that this is their map pick, and they're going to be so strong on it. It's exactly what happened. Vladin, though, so deep here. Jawster ready for it. Finding the frag on, getting the refrag. Going to be so deep there, and that's the bomb. The players are going to be rotating off now. And we've got Dragon 1 versus 4. Able to take down Jawster, just peeking unnecessarily, especially when the bomb is down.
Fraser is low here. This is possible. 2 MP9s and a FAMAS against him. They'll get aggressive. Dragon's surely going to get caught out.
Yeah, Fraser, hearing the pins being pulled of the utility, is just going to swing with that MP9 and upgrade himself to an AK. And that's a really important round for TrueAmbition. They should be able to bring this to 9 and possibly 10 rounds.
Yeah, a lot of money in the bank here. A lot to play with. And it's going to be a half buy, or not even that really. They do have a few deagles, only 2 players of armor. this could boost their economy even more.
CTs are going to be taking mid control, just trying to keep as much control as possible. As I say that, they have fallen back. Just going to be pushing towards Monster, but Reese needs to be aware of the player behind him. Reese able to find it. It was EJR though. Peeking back turn could have been taken down, and they are just going to be pushing back towards the side of Monster. And this could be the read if they do start to go silent. We do have Reese here, very aware, holding the Monster push.
Yeah, such a tough position to clear. But these Deagles might have something to say about it, and that's a great shot from Troy, the in-game leader.
Just what they needed. A lot of utility from the side of the CTs, though. Will be able to deny the bomb plant for now. Oh, Dexter, such a clean frag onto PTK. Done really well with this. M4 in hand. Vladin, though, so aware of the push from EJR. 3v3 now. Do have the
Yeah, that was the real thorn in the sides there. That flank, that should never have been able to get turned on. But they do still have sight of the bomb. A nice bit of nade damage, but the Heaven player is the main worry.
Going to be playing 3 players towards the CT angle. Oh, able to see the bomb. Fraser finding Vladin, the low HP player. Able to find a second. He's hungry for the frags. And he will be able to get it. 2 clean 1-taps. Obviously, the frag onto the low HP player towards Monster. Just what they needed.
Yeah, that can be an AWP out for Dragon now. But also an AWP out for Dexter. We haven't seen too much of the AWP battle this game. Dexter tended to favour the rifles in the first half. That could be down to the poor economy. Let's see how it goes for Dragon. The economy hasn't been strong this half.
We are going to be seeing a mid plate from Dragon. No smoke going down, but the nade going to do a fair bit of chip damage. 16 team damage there. So unnecessary. Smoke will be coming in towards the CT. They are going to try and take Monster. Flash coming in, but whether he's aware of it. Skipper able to find one. Has the information on the second, and he gets both. And surely that's the call to push B.
I don't think the T's need to overextend this. They've got the kills here, and now they've just lost one. The brunt of the T attack is going towards A. That's TrueAmbition. Don't actually gamble it. They stay to A. This is the right call for now.
Jiggling towards long. They have found the information there. And Dexter's still towards A site. Still a lot of time on the clock, though. So iNation do have the opportunity to go back. Seemingly, that's what they're going to be doing.
BTK versus Jawster in his toilet position. The timing. Oh, I think Jawster spotted him.
Surely going to be pushing down towards connector. Oh, this is so close. Do you remember that we have Fraser on his own on the left side of Monster, able to find one, finds a second as well, can't find the third onto Dragon, and it's a 1 versus 2 now. They have the information on where he is. 14 seconds remaining, the molly's coming out. The nade as well. Gonna be doing so much damage, he's 41 HP now. He doesn't see him. Oh, he eventually does, finds the frag, gonna pick up the AWP. Oh, so low HP now. Jumping up, Jawster. What a clutch round. So necessary. That's the 10th round for TrueAmbition.
Yeah, that's the first time they have taken the victory since the first pistol round of this game. 5 rounds in a row on this half.
Yeah, really strong from TrueAmbition. Pause is going to be coming through. I believe it will be from the side of iNation, especially after losing those rounds. But TrueAmbition coming in strong, haven't lost a single round. Economy looking rather strong. They do, if they are able to win this full buy against iNation, it will be everything.
Yeah, I mean, you said especially after losing these rounds, especially after losing that round. That was a 5 versus 3. They had the information that there was one more player towards B. Yes, they didn't know where the other 2 were, but you'd think at that point, even if they stack a site, just sort of maybe just 5v3, hit the site, you know, just group up together, hit somewhere. It seemed like they doubled back on themselves. They doubted themselves a little bit, and that did cost them the rounds. And, you know, I mean, the TrueAmbition economy isn't great after that round as it is, but if iNation could have won that, another round on the board could start to reset the economy. They could be 12-10 up now.
Seems
potentially force that to 13-10 with that eco.
Seems as though as well the 13th round is potentially on the cards here. Going to be so important for TrueAmbition to close this one out and get it onto Mirage. Absolutely crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the scoreboards of TrueAmbition. EJR's on 7 kills, but Fraser's on 22.
Yeah, just really good stuff from both teams. They're really strong. Obviously, TrueAmbition here are going to need to play this round to perfection. We are going to be seeing a fast take towards short from the side of iNation. And yeah, it is going to be everything for them. 5 players all towards the B site now. And TrueAmbition are just going to be rotating over. They are going to be gambling over. Peeking towards Monster. EJR finds the frag onto PTK. If he swings again, though, he might be able to find the second full blind. Finds the third. EJR unable to find the fourth. But absolutely crazy stuff. Really important round. And that's just what they needed. TrueAmbition, the 11th should be theirs. But we've seen how well Vladen has been in this series. Will be has a chance to close this round out. It's going to be so tough, though.
Yeah, just playing it slow, hoping these CTs make a mistake, but it doesn't look like they will.
Well, they're going to be pushing towards Monster here. But look, he's completely alone. Fraser might get taken down here. Does see the head of him, though. Oh, neither player reacts initially, but obviously we see the outlines. We've got X-Ray on our side.
Yeah, we got wall hacks, and hopefully these players in the server don't.
Exactly. We are going to be seeing a little Tech 9 by, hope maybe a rush towards Monster. It could be a con hit, but not too sure. Hopefully Dexter won't be caught out towards middle just as Dragon was. Even though they were able to win that round, we know how strong Dragon is with the AWP, and you do not want to be giving him one for free. Oh, that's exactly what happens. I told you, Dexter getting caught out towards mid, completely alone. Fraser, though, in connector, also getting taken down. Jawster will be doubled up, though. Able to find 2. Can't find the third, but this is like a perfect retake from TrueAmbition. Second, they heard steps mid, up short towards connector. So close. Even though iNation were able to find those 2 early frags, the nade's going to slow him down and drop him down to 35 HP as well.
Gonna be able to retrieve a gun here. He's lost a lot of health in the process, though. I'm surprised no one even went for that orb after taking him down.
I think he's probably just trying to get the bomb plant. He is going to get it, though. The nade coming in. Does no damage. And they have the information. He's there. Reese able to find the frag. Surely they're just going to try and get the AWP out. Or trying to retrieve the AWP from the party position. Another great round from another great round from TrueAmbition. A little bit closer than they would have liked, but to be honest, I feel even though it was what a 4v3 for iNation there, you know, jaw steer, Reese, they clawed it back there, and it was really well played from them.
Yeah, this is the point in the game now where iNation need to put some rounds on the board. They haven't. It's 7-0 on this CT side for TrueAmbition. iNation look like they can't do anything. They've had 1 round go to our 1 versus 1. That was their second closest round. A pistol by.
Oh, unfortunate Molly going to be doing some team damage. Only 1. Not the end of the world, but the jump spot is coming in from the side. And if the nades do get released now, it should be a frag. Ooh, Reese dropped down to 6 HP, still lives. And the aggression from mid is just going to be everything for TrueAmbition. Able to find PTK completely alone. And Reese is 6 HP.
Yeah, and look at what that's done. It's forced them to exit B. They've lost that mid control. But look on the other side. You have Jawstairs. He's got that mid control. They've stacked towards B. 4 players here. iNation have no reason to win this round. They have no hope to win it.
No entrance back into the site. And EJO are able to take down Dragon early. Probably their strongest weapon in this round. Best position as well. Just going to be falling back. I love this from TrueAmbition. They have the read of the take, and they are just going to be playing it a little bit passively. 3 versus 5 now. Not out of the realms of possibility. They do have the information though. Choi finding the frag. Will try and get the bomb down. EJR though able to get the trade. Short player pushing out. We've got Choi 1 versus 4 now. And that's such a strong round for TrueAmbition. Once again, a round that seemingly could have gone the way of iNation was just picked apart. The retake played to perfection. Reese 6 HP from within seconds into that round, and he's still living, still alive. Heart is still beating and still fragging as well.
13-10 for TrueAmbition. 3 rounds away from bringing us to Mirage, the 3rd map, keeping them in the tournament. And denying iNation that 2-0.
Yeah, just really, really important stuff. Obviously, iNation having a really strong CT half, but TrueAmbition, it's their map pick. They know all the secrets, and it's clear that they're a little bit more well-versed than iNation. That's 8 rounds in a row, and it's going to be a really, really tough buy for iNation. They're trying to win this round. They don't want to give up the 14, but as we said before, sometimes when you try and not to give up the 14, you might lose the 15, and that's where mistakes cannot be made. Gonna be peeking towards with the orb. Dexter getting so aggressive towards B, and it's just they have to go A now. He's so deep with the orb. There's nothing he can do.
Yeah, but they won't realise this info. They won't believe he would have pushed this far through. And the double long toilet setup. Surely it's going to be all. They get the first. Do they expect Fraser here as well?
Oh.
Yes, they do. PTK with 2. That's giving them the way back into the round. Dexter's pushing up with the orb. Should go over here.
Finding the frag. 2 versus 3 now. Reese being the lone defender towards the A site. Isn't going to be pushed up yet. Is ready for there to be a player really deep. But Dexter should be able to find one on the cross. And that's exactly what happens. It's going to be flashing over. Reese pushing through, able to find both as well. 4 versus 2 there for iNation. And they just weren't able to close it out. TrueAmbition, oh my god, what a round from them. Reese finding the double there. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't. It's a sort of similar problem that TrueAmbition were having on the first map of Dust. iNation are really struggling to get these opening kills into the round. Even that one, they didn't get the opening kill. Dexter got the opener, but they managed to get PTK, got those 2 great kills in toilets, and then so did Vladen. But the issue is they just took too much time. They let Dexter get back into position. They should never have let him hold the cross. And Dexter, once again, how is he going to do this?
How has he not been seen?
How is he getting away with this? They've seen him, surely. It's all falling apart from iNation here. And once again, they're forced towards B. There's 3 players there. With Jaws there in the flank again. They're rotating the 4th over.
As I said before, try not to give up the 15th. And, oh, what a nade coming in. To both players, less than 25 HP. We do still have a nade on Jawster. And we should see the 15th round for TrueAmbition. Fraser getting 2 there. Fraser having an absolutely amazing game here. And that is what? That's 10 rounds in a row for TrueAmbition. They haven't lost a single round on CT side. Really, really strong.
We can really see why they picked this map. But I spoke about it briefly in the first one. iNation has spoken about that they can sometimes get tilted in games, and they struggled, or at least they previously struggled to mentally reset from that. And this fast speed, we'll get back to that point in a second, but this fast speed is coming through, and this could be the last round, in fact. iNation are not willing for that. They don't clear him in water, though.
Oh my god,
Fraser's in water.
Playing trigger discipline. Knows one player's here. We'll be able to find him. Oh, they can't take him down. They do have the info, and Reese will just be able to rotate in. Oh, PTK finding Fraser. Same with Reese. Such an important round. This is where they can't make mistakes, and that was played to perfection from iNation.
Yeah, back to the wall. They finally get their first T round. But back to what I was saying, they were saying about how they can often get tilted in these games, close rounds going the other way, and it can sometimes affect them mentally. We spoke about TrueAmbition at the end of Dust 2. Despite losing it, they made that comeback, which surely your hope would give them a bit of confidence coming into this map. iNation could have the opposite effect. If they lose now, they've lost tremendously on their CT side, on their T side, sorry. And that might put them in a bad mental state for the last round, but PTK, he doesn't get the kill on Reese, he escapes. Only taking 1 bullet of damage there.
Reese able to jump away there just at the last second. We are going to be seeing the silent boost coming in. Unable to find the frag. But the nade should be massive. And it is. Able to find a frag and drop a player down. This should be going the way of TrueAmbition here. They're so strong right now. And potentially the final round for iNation. The flick from Vladen. I couldn't even see him, and I've got wall hacks right now.
Oh, they've taken short, and there's still 2 more players towards site. This is surely it. There's so many angles to clear. Dragon
and Choi going into the final round. And that's it. That's the win for TrueAmbition. Really, really strong stuff from them. Really important round, really important game. Just what they needed. They didn't want to give anything up. And it's going to be a third map. We spoke about these games going to a third, and that's exactly what's happened. Really, really strong stuff from TrueAmbition.
Yeah, I mean, this is where I don't want to go too much on mentality, because obviously at the end of the day, Counter-Strike's all about shooting heads, and whatever team shoots the most head on paper, most of the time they win that. But in terms of mentality, this is where the pressure really kicks in. You can't make those mistakes. You don't have that second map to back onto. You've got 1 map left. Someone at the end of this map is gonna go home, or the other one advances to the grand final. You can't make these mistakes, or they will be counted on. But this is where the pressure really starts to affect teams. We saw iNation speak about how they struggle to get over the semi-finals often. This potentially, they could come back. Their previous semi-finals could come back, could overwhelm them, and make it very difficult mentally. I think it's going to be this last map. I think it's going to be all about the in-game leaders and the mentality from both of these teams.
Yeah, it is going to be everything. We have spoken about it before. I really like Mirages this third map, as obviously both teams have played it before. It's a very tried and tested map. No surprises coming out here, but yeah, it's going to be really exciting. Obviously, we will be going once again into another break just before this matchup starts up. Obviously, the other players needing a break. Obviously, especially after that, the TrueAmbition are going to be so happy, especially going into this one. And if they've got the momentum, we've seen how they can punish. But yeah, we will be back very, very shortly. Welcome back, everyone. We're gonna be going back into this last matchup very, very shortly. Obviously, we do have iNation and TrueAmbition battling it out for that final spot, for that grand finals. We know both teams want it so much, and the last map are gonna be Mirage. Obviously, not seen TrueAmbition or iNation on Mirage yet for us two, but obviously they have iNation have played it in this tournament already, and obviously did win. So you know, going to be a really, really tough game for both teams.
Yeah, I think we've seen, at least from what I watched back some of their previous games briefly, they were very dominant on at least their last Mirage game. They won the one prior to that as well. So, at least off of previous results, my predictions have been pretty poor in this tournament so far. But I would tend to favour iNation here. I know we've got a lot of TrueAmbition fans, but I think I have to predict iNation in this. But obviously, after the last game, the confidence that would have been built from TrueAmbition, you never really know.
Yeah, no, you never do. You never do. I do believe... Is there server issues? I'm not too sure. The time is going up. But I believe we should be going into the pistol very, very shortly. Oh, it is a knife round. It's a knife round. I forgot. Yeah, it's last map, so it's a knife round. We are just going to be going in. Knife round obviously being kind of important because it decides, it determines the side. And TrueAmbition do take it. Do take the knife round. And they are going to be switching over towards the CT side. Obviously trying to get themselves in the most favourable start.
Yeah, Mirage is one of those maps where it's not crucial to win the knife round, unlike some others. Obviously, it's slightly CT sided. So, and to be fair, we can see some really dominant CT teams. So we'll have to wait and see. But this looks like it's going to be an AXQ from iNation here. Early flash going over.
Going to be very early.
No smoke with it.
They are just going to be pushing here, but we do have a really, really good matchup here. Not much utility on the side of CT. Choi's still got a full set, but EJR just going to be swinging out from default, able to get one, unable to find the second though. We do have Fraser in a very deep position. Oh, unable to connect to the head, and Skipper will find the refrag. We've got a 2 versus 3 here from Jawster and Reese. Kit still in play. Dragon though has to be aware of the play towards stairs. Doesn't find him. And we've now got Vladen.
Oh, Reese is such an awkward position, sitting in the smoke, smoking again, gonna try to isolate those 1v1s. Vladen's already out. Is he aware? He is, but he doesn't get the kill. The body shots come through. That's the pistol round for iNation.
Yeah, just what they needed. Really, really important round for iNation, trying to get those early frags on that pistol round, trying to get those early rounds, bringing the AKs out. And we are going to see the AK come out onto Choi.
And on the other side, we see the scout come out for Dexter. 4 Deagles in play.
Scout and 4 Deagles. We know how damaging they can be.
Yeah, especially if those scouts can get some tags. I mean, we already saw what Fraser's Deagle can do. I mean, we already saw what Fraser can do in general. Incredible last 2 games from him.
He's going to be towards the B site as well, so it seems as though he will be taking the first contact. CT's just playing a little bit passively. Obviously, got 2 players towards the side of middle from iNation. Going to want to take as much control as possible, leave these Deagles guessing, and leave Fraser calling a gamble potentially. Not much aggression being showed right now. It does have the information towards the player under, but no damage will be taken from that grenade.
Yeah, very slow, silently going up short. The CTs aren't going to be aware of this. They've got 1 in ladder room, and now the B hit starts to come through. Now the crunch on B side, but are they aware these short plays are so close? They will be now to connect the player spams.
Choi
Missed shots, but the scout play's still there.
All Jawster with a clean 1D, but EJR able to find Skipper, but Vladen finding 2, will be able to find the 3rd, and that's the round for iNation. Forced by not coming into, well, not coming for TrueAmbition, unable to win it. but really, really strong round from iNation. Trying not to give anything up at all.
Yeah, we've seen a number of those second round force buys work out. A number of the anti-ecos, anti-force buys not work for the pistol round winning team. This one does go the way of iNation, and it is just a couple of Deagles, a couple of P250s, and a USP for Troy. But what a shot from EJR!
Really, really important as well. They can just get so much control here, but we do just have Fraser completely alone. Fraser and Jawster towards the B site, unable to get any. And we're going to see a fast rotation from the CTs, but Reese unable to find anything either. Although getting the opening frag into this round, TrueAmbition unable to find anything else with it.
Yeah, unluckily, although it was a great shot from EJR, he only killed a USP. Oh, but apparently it doesn't matter. If Dexter's got a USP, he still won't go down without a fight.
It's going to be
Wrapping round to apps.
really tough save from them. Yeah, they are going to be saving towards apps. And if he has anything to say about it, they do have the information, but Dexter unable to get close enough to do any damage. I don't think PTK realised he had a Deagle there. He wanted to pick up the USP, but surely the Deagle's more important.
We're doing a bit of cooking in the kitchen.
Dexter, though, we might see him bring out the AWP. Does have enough money for it. If it does happen, it could be big. It's just going to stick to the M4, though. Doesn't want to take any risks this early into the game.
Yeah, I think he wanted to stick with the util. Make sure he gets the game plan down first before getting that AWP out.
iNation now 3 rounds. Obviously, if they are able to secure this gun round, TrueAmbition are going to be in a really rough spot. But saying that, TrueAmbition were really on a rough spot on Dust, really on a rough spot on iNation, on Overpass, but they were able to bring it through. EJR stuck between a rock and a hard place and was able to find the frags. Unable to find a second, though. Choiv finding EJR completely alone, and it brings it back to a 4 versus 4 now.
Yeah, it's just what team's going to make the first mistake? A dink onto Jawster from Skipper. Only a dink through the wall.
Fraser so deep towards B-Apps, able to push back under, and the T's are in such a tough spot. You know, do they go back and exec A? Obviously, Choiv completely alone towards middle. Doesn't have any utility either. Dragon and Vladen gonna have to do absolutely everything here.
Yeah, I think they're going to leave Troy lurking, seeing if he can get something in the back lines, capture both rotates, but if they don't get the early kills, it's going to be tough. But Vladen definitely gets his.
Dragon finding one blind as well. Team flash.
Both players are going in from CT. Look at where Troy is, he's going to call this. They could go all the way back to B here, but there's only 34 seconds on the clock.
Don't really have enough time. Troy might be looking for a flank or a kill towards someone connector. They're not going to find it. They're just playing so passively here, iNation, knowing about TrueAmbition's flanks, but it might cost them. No utility on the side of TrueAmbition. But look how deep Fraser's got. They check him. They see him. He's seen him. He knows he's there. Dragon getting
It's
caught.
the CT player.
Dragon with a clean 3 kills there that round. iNation playing that really, really well. Didn't want to give anything up. It did allow Fraser to push back onto the site, but Dragon had something else to say about it.
Yeah, it was such a big risk there. I think if there had been more time on the clock, I think Choi would have called their rotate. But I think they knew he couldn't, and I think they had to force their way onto the A site where the 2 TrueAmbition players were. But luckily for iNation, they were able to close it out. Now they're just playing against these Deagles.
Those 2 frags went in TrueAmbition's favour as well. It would have just left Choi completely alone towards connector, no utility, and that round would have been it would have just gone the way of TrueAmbition. Vladen with a clean 1-tap onto EJR, and the frags are just coming in for iNation. The Deagles unable to do anything. We've got Dexter and Fraser here. Very deep positions though, and it seems as though the T's are going towards A. We know how strong they are with the Deagles, but surely this round's going to be impossible. Fraser able to get 1. Dexter gets 1, gets a second as well. 1 versus 2 now. It's just going to fall back. Doesn't connect onto Choi's head. And obviously he's able to find it. 5v2 there being brought into a 2v0. Not too bad from the Deagles, and that is the AWP being brought out onto Dexter.
On both sides, actually. Both bring it out at the same time. Both players I mean, Dragon's having a great game so far, but he's got most of his kills with the rifle.
We're just going to be pushing towards mid. A lot of utility coming in here from the side of iNation. Reese so deep towards top balcony, though, is just going to drop off, push back towards the site. Just playing a little bit passively here. 4 players towards the side of apartments. Trying to get deep underpass, but Dexter just going to fall back towards the A side, and it's at the worst time possible. All they need to do is push now.
Look how alone Fraser is. If they get this kill cleanly, that is the B site on lock. They swing out, and that's it. Perfect timing for them. Fraser switches out to util. And surely, George, I can't say anything about this. He's full blind, but he still gets him. That could be the avenue back into this round. 4 versus 4. They have the B site 4-3 for now.
There's so much util on the side of TrueAmbition, though. The retake is well possible. They're going to be boosting a player up, and they've got Dragon just completely alone towards Absir. Finds the frag onto EJR. Surely the save call's been made. Yep, exactly. Another round TrueAmbition really didn't want to give away. And it's just
we
a waste.
saw how sometimes those kills in the unfavorable situations like the one Jaws they got can actually sort of hinder you more than they can help you. It sort of gave them a false narrative that they could go back into this round, that they could win it, when in reality they were quite locked out of that site.
I don't understand the gamble. Obviously, sometimes you do just have to make those calls mid-round and just hope for it. But calling the gamble towards A there, sending Dexter back towards A with the AWP, it's just a little bit unnecessary. Completely fine towards window. It would have been a faster rotation and would have been able to help out Fraser, who was just completely alone, util on hand, and they just found the timing on him. B site was locked off within seconds.
I think it's a bit of the conditioning from Choive there. Well, they've obviously ended A lot of their rounds. They default it and they finally go towards B. And by that point, TrueAmbition have already sent that player over.
Yeah, going to be a little bit A heavy from the side of iNation as well. But also on the side of TrueAmbition, we should see a bloodbath come in. But Vladden, if he's not aware, he's ready for it. But Dexter unable to find the frag with the AWP. Do have the information that the AWP's going to be close, but will have the opportunity to fall back. Smoke does come down here, but they are aware of the player behind the smoke, and PTK finds the frag. And they're just going to slow it down now.
And things are going from bad to worse for TrueAmbition. That single spray, that single bullet from that AK coming out and hitting Reese straight in the head, putting TrueAmbition in a round disadvantage. We've seen these teams barely be able to win from disadvantages. After these opening picks come out, normally the way that the team that gets the opening pick is so heavily in their favor, especially in this game. We've seen both iNation and TrueAmbition struggling to get them, but that's a great entry there from Dunn.
We'll get traded by EJR here. Oh, timing Choi gets it onto EJR. He was able to find one, but not the second. Fraser though finds a frag connector and player towards ramp. A 2 versus 2 now. Very possible. And Jorster's got all this information. He hears them pushing up towards apartments. Very little time left in this round. They're going to just have to go full speed. And if they don't clear Jorster, it's going to be absolutely everything. Skipper's jumping out the window. Jorster able to find one. 2 versus 1 now. Bombs in apartments. 10 seconds left. Finds the frag as well. Really strong round for TrueAmbition. And they need to be bringing it back now. This is the time. This is when the game has to switch. Or it's going to be so tough for TrueAmbition in this, on this map.
Yeah, I think the leader's really taking charge now. Individually, probably winning that round, getting a great flick from Connector onto the ramp player, and really putting Jorster in a great position to close that out, getting those 2 frags. But yeah, that's like you said, TrueAmbition have to get something from this now. You can't just get that one lone round. And Fraser again, the in-game leader, doing it all.
Putting up numbers, but Dragon able to find a frag elsewhere on the map onto EJR. Obviously, they do get the opening kill, but every time TrueAmbition take aggression somewhere, iNation are ready to strike elsewhere. Such a really strong start from iNation. TrueAmbition, though, they need this. If they're unable to secure this, it's going to be possibly the 8th round for iNation, as they will be forced onto a very weak bite.
The gamble looks like it could be the wrong call again. Dexter does go back into window. There's no place on the B site.
So much utility will be coming out. They do need to rotate off now. Do have Dexter going to be holding Palace. Should be able to find one. But Vladden, he's got something to say about that. Finds the frag onto Dexter. Very clean headshot. Fraser's going to be flashing over CT. Smoke is going to go down, but Reese so low HP. The molly's going to spread to him. Isn't going to take him down, though. Jawster finding one through the smoke. Reese picking off PTK. Finding Dragon as well. And we've got Shoiv in a 1 versus 2. Bomb is down, and Reese finds him. Had to go through the molly. Had to take the nade damage. Pushes through and finds 2 frags there. 3 frags even. Really, really strong round from Reese. 13 HP. We saw him in the last game being able to put up numbers where he's really low, and he's just done the exact same thing again.
Yeah, I'm amazed TrueAmbition were able to win that round. You know, everything was going the way of iNation. The nade, the molly onto Reese, so low. But Jorsted's kill on the balcony player was unbelievable. Jumping over the smoke, spotting him and spraying him through it. It all came, once again, it sort of all came down to individuals. And the only issue with that from TrueAmbition is how easily can you replicate it? How easily can these individuals always carry you out of these problems? But it's the B split.
Oh, Jawster able to find one from balcony. Finds a second. Knows the players are going to be pushing through apartments. And we've just got PTK here. 1 versus 5. 1 versus 4. Finds Reese on his own. But it's going to be such a tough round for him. And I was just going to say before the round, well, before all the onslaught happened, this will break the economy for iNation. This is the chance that TrueAmbition have been waiting for, and they've taken it. They've done exactly what they needed. Perfectly played from them.
Yeah, the money's not great for TrueAmbition, so PTK would love to do some damage, get a couple of kills, but he's not being quiet about it.
Oh, Jawster with the AWP. Going to be dropping that over to his buddy Dexter. Oh, they're going to be playing the double AWP. I love it. Double AWP being brought out onto the side of Ambition.
Yeah, I was obviously expecting Fraser to get that double AWP there. But the only concern I have is he's been playing so well with these rifles, getting aggressive in these last few rounds. And it's been crucial for his team to win them. People can play their place. People have a different play style for the AWP. And I'm worried it's going to be costly. He does get tagged though. That's a big one.
Completely alone towards short. They do have the read that there is going to be players pushing up con. EJR able to find one. Spam through the smoke now will be everything. But Dexter finds the frag with the AWP. Fraser might be able to find a second as well. The bomb is dropped in window. This is going to be so costly for iNation now. And yeah, I feel like this round's completely over. Obviously the pistol's doing a fair bit. Able to get 1 frag and a measly bit of damage on Fraser, but Choiv hit. Gonna get the bomb. We'll just sit in window though. Oh, he's playing it to perfection. He's not gonna pick up the bomb. Is he gonna throw it out? But it will get taken down by Jawster. I feel like he could have just sat there. Trigger discipline. Dexter finding one through the smoke. Able to get the second as well. I feel like if he let the bomb go, if he just let it stay there, could have baited a player to cross window and he could have found the frag there. But another
I would have quite liked to see that. Maybe even if he only gets 1 more kill, that's still 1 more reinvestment there for TrueAmbition.
Yeah, it's everything. The money as well, so strong. All players bar EJ are able to buy into the next round, regardless win or loss. Skipper though, going to be playing a little bit aggressive towards apps. Nade not doing anywhere near as much damage as needed. Flash going to come in though. Poor timing though. Ooh. We all saw where that nade could have been going, but it didn't make it. Reese going to get flashed in. Flash doesn't make it. Dragon playing anti-flash will get dropped down to 19 health, but Reese unable to find the frag and the aggression not going in the way of TrueAmbition.
Yeah, that's finally an opening kill since these last 4 rounds for iNation. They could get a second. 2 players so low. But it might not matter. TrueAmbition lost 2 men in the process.
PTK as well will be able to find a third. 2 versus 5 here. Jawster and Fraser, we've seen them in these clutch rounds so many times. And we know it's possible. But is it probable? I doubt it.
Yeah, this would be a disaster if they let this round slip.
I like
They
this
are
as well.
pushing into Fraser, which right now I'd be scared to push into him.
Be scared to go anywhere near that man. absolutely god on the rifle. Going to be playing the AWP, but Jawster might get found by the player in jungle. Ooh, CT pushes out. Choiv gets found. They're going to have some information there as well. Fraser finding the frag onto the bomb planter. Oh my god, two versus, well, 3 now, but Skipper is so low HP. Oh, it doesn't connect through the box. PTK has the information, but so does Fraser. Going to be swinging out with the USP or with the P250, but Vladin so fast behind, and they do just find that early frag. That was possible.
Yeah, it was definitely possible. For a moment, I was scared, and I wonder how iNation felt.
Yeah, the amount of times you do sometimes have those rounds where you do have such a man advantage, you do just kind of sometimes play a little bit too aggressive. They didn't need that guy in CT. They didn't need to push up there, but obviously the frags did go in their favor. Oh my god, Reese, M4 versus Reese versus Dragon. Reese finds the frag, but he is going to play a little bit aggressive here, and PTK is going to bite back.
I kind of understand the reason for the aggression, but also you have to think, how likely is it that the AWPer would be there alone? Surely there would be a bit of backup in a rifle, and they might even have seen that backup.
Yes, I think as well, especially after finding that first frag onto a player like Dragon, who is so strong with the AWP, I would always just go, you know what, let's fall back, let's regroup, let's you know, just refresh the mentality, let's, you know, take a mental reset. And obviously they tried to find the second there, weren't fortunate enough to find it.
But the health does still favour TrueAmbition.
I think they're going to be flashing him in towards ramp. Flash does come in, second one as well. Unable to find the frag. And Vladin just going to be pushing out a Palace, and Dexter not getting the timing. 3 versus 2 now. Jawster able to find Skipper. Jawster's so low HP though. Does have a molly and a nade here. The bomb is going down, but Fraser through the box finds the frag. And Choiv and Vladin. Such a tough situation, but Choiv does find the info on the full HP player. Finds the frag as well. Jawster now needing to put up absolutely an incredible round, but doesn't make it. Skipper and Choiv just too well versed in that clutch. And there was nothing TrueAmbition could do.
Yeah, they did a good job with that Molotov Palace to isolate the two players. Bring that to a 2v1 on both fights, but they weren't playing it that together, which forced Fraser to basically lose that 1v1 fight, leaving Jawster in the 1 versus 2. Did a good job to get 1 on such low HP, but it was too tall a task.
We are going to see the eco coming in from TrueAmbition. They really need to start. Well, obviously, they're only going to have a couple more rounds after this one, but they really are going to need these last couple gun rounds, or the game could go, well, could be completely over for them, especially because this map is slightly CT-sided.
Yeah, this looks like it should be the 9th for iNation. There's that one defender on B side. It is Fraser. Can't get anything done with the USP.
PTK is so deep now, the double molly coming in. And I think they're just going to try and hunt a lone player. No need to save, only P250s. Obviously, EJR has invested in the Deagle. Might want to just keep that into the next round.
Yeah, no armor, so they wouldn't mind. They wouldn't care too much about losing these pistols.
Oh, he's able to find Dragon there. That could be an AK, but they know Skipper is right next to it. Just what I'd say, in every single one of these, well, in all of these games, iNation have been absolutely dominant in the first half. Obviously, in the Overpass game, TrueAmbition switching to CT side were able to bring it back. But it's just whether their T side is just as well versed and as good as iNation's.
Yeah, oh no, I was going to say, well, we're both halves 10-5, but obviously the first map 11-4, second half the second map 10-5. It'll be interesting to see what this one turns out to be, because it could be 11-4 still for iNation, but TrueAmbition will do whatever they can to stop that. They would love to get six rounds from this position.
Do have the AWP on the CT side, not one on the T side. Could be the difference here. They are going to be pushing fast out towards A. PTK going to be clearing under balcony. Dexter getting the refrag, but that's such an aggressive A hit. And Choi completely alone towards short. Will find the frag, but also will get taken down. And they're so deep towards CT. They've got to be aware of this flash coming in. Two players here. Fraser able to find one. Will he find the second? Yes, he does. Fraser putting up numbers constantly. And this is the round they needed well, they just needed it. Fraser getting two as well. Will he find the third? He does. Yeah, he does. After the missed shot, Fraser would instantly find the frag onto Dragon. Does get it in the end, but I was a little bit early there.
Yeah, something I didn't think would be so close, considering they won 3 rounds in a row. But the economy is not in a good position for iNation. That could be the 6 rounds that TrueAmbition so desperately need going into the second half.
Yeah, 100%. I think TrueAmbition have had a lot of rounds here and there where they just seem so dominant. But then at the same time, you could say that they have been making some misplays, I'd say. Like, obviously, you know, in one of the earlier rounds, Reese pushing up top mid, the flash not blinding the players and just getting taken down. I feel like they are winning these early gunfights, especially when they're playing like a little bit aggressive but posted up. But when they're just pushing, when they're getting too far, it's really just not going in their favor. And I really wonder what they're going to do in this last round on CT.
I think... I was wondering if the debate there was going to be for Choive to drop over the AWP to Dragon. It is obviously going to be their last buy. They've called a pause for it because they know how important this round is as well.
TrueAmbition, though, obviously, if they're able to win this round, you know, 6-9-1, not the end of the world. If they do take the pistol, this game is going to be a lot closer than it possibly could have been. TrueAmbition as well being much more dominant on these pistol rounds. Are going to be seeing some aggression towards Apps, and if Fraser surely is going to call this clear. 3 players towards the side of A as well. They do have the read, and they should be sending Jawsteer over too.
There's a player in jungle.
So deep. Is he playing Trigger Discipline here? They surely have the information on him. Oh, EJR, you're in such a tough position, but PTK just going to be playing so passively. 2 players towards ramp as well. Dexter finds the frag. So does Reese. Able to find a second, and that's the round for TrueAmbition. Played it to perfection, regardless of whether there's a player in jungle. Is going to get traded by Dexter early, and that's exactly, well, that's just what TrueAmbition needed.
Yeah, I mean, those 2 ramp players really stuck in the open there, but they made it work. They got the frags. Arguably, iNation gave them slightly too many 1v1s, not strung together as much as we would have liked. But regardless, the much needed sort of comeback there from TrueAmbition. They were 6 rounds down. They closed it out 6-9. Won 6 of the last 9 rounds, of course. But obviously, they're not going to be happy with the half, but they're going to be happy they got something at the end there. Happy they gave themselves a fighting chance in this. And if they win pistol, they could even up.
Just thought I'd mention as well, the 2 B players on the side of TrueAmbition are the ones top fragging. Jawsteer and Fraser been posting up towards B quite a lot. Usually you don't see that. Usually you see the A players, the mid players being a lot more dominant, but you can see how many clutches, how many post plants that Jawsteer and Fraser were in.
I mean, yeah, Fraser's been all over the map, really.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's like the flex player or what where exactly he's playing, but yeah, he's played everywhere and he's doing such a good job doing it.
Absolutely incredible. Been putting up numbers in this whole series, in this whole tournament, and I feel like if True, he's gonna need to step up beyond anyone else to bring this back. Are gonna have the information towards the player short. Jawster, I believe, just blocking him in. Dexter though can get the refrag, and that's exactly what happens. 3 versus 4 now. The bomb is going to go down towards short, and look how deep Dexter is. This is going to be such a tough retake from the CTs, especially because they still do have that smoke on Skipper. I do forget.
This double palace flank is never going to be thought. I love this. They're sending one in his bait, and the other one's going to swing after.
Fraser, though, unable to find the 3rd frag in that round, and they're able to get the defuse very easily. That round could have been very different, though. Skipper, if he gets taken down there, Fraser, 1 versus 1, we know how clutch he is. We know how strong he is. That's the 10th round, the double digit for iNation. I just wonder what's going to happen. Well, TrueAmbition buying back, getting Fraser on an AK as quick as possible. Yeah,
I love to see the in-game leader getting the best weapon. You know, obviously he's really shown why he deserves it in this series. He played absolutely lights out, but he sadly got to keep it up because his team aren't playing incredibly this game, but we know he is.
Fraser able to get one, will get traded. Obviously 3v3 now. The trade kills are just consistent in this matchup or in this fight. You're going to see the AK being retrieved as well. Jawstiff very low HP. They have gambled towards the A site. Only left one player towards B. Oh my god, look how deep Dexter is. He's so deep. He's going to be pushing towards B here. EJR though getting taken down.
So huge.
It's all about
The
timing.
bomb's Jawstiff's all alone. And he's
God,
only
back
10 HP.
Dexter finding it. He's going to have to look back towards ramp now, and it's all about timing. Finds the frag onto Jawstiff. PTK put up an absolute amazing round here. Going to have to flash through the smoke and push through. Does get the information, finds the frag. Dexter's done absolutely everything this round. It's a 1v1. This is where the mind games begin. This is where
a lot of time on the clock.
it's where experience really takes over. And Vladen surely has to realise that B is an opportunity, is a way in. It's going to be clear in all of this. Dexter, you need to start running, mate, or the rotates are going to be in. Vladen is going to be staying roughly towards A, but will be very, very fast, seeing as he's going to go to that B site. Taking the gamble here. Isn't going to rotate off either.
No kit for iNation. No util for either side.
Kit not down either. Dexter just going to be trying to get into apartments quickly, and he does without being seen. Vladen now, such a tough round. Gonna have to... Dexter's so deep. Vladen's literally just gonna have to play this to perfection. No kit on his back either. Obviously, Dexter might not know this, but both players 100 HP. So little time left. Oh my god, Vladen checking towards Van. Seemed as though if Dexter didn't swing there, it could have gone to iNation. But we are going to be seeing the Force by War coming in. Unless if iNation choose to double eco, but they do have the Force is coming in. And this is where
it's quite a lackluster buy compared to the T's here. 2 AKs and a Galil versus 4 Deagles.
This is where TrueAmbition can bring it back. If they're able to win this round, it will force them onto a full eco, and that should be 9 for them. But we know how strong all of these players are with the Deagles. And we've seen it in the overpass game. We just dropping his smoke instead of throwing it. I love that. Riso going to be playing so aggressive with the Mac 10. Just going to be jumping in. Finds the frag onto the player towards CT. Going to be pushing through CT as well. Trying to get as deep as possible. Spray coming in. The boost, though. Not expecting it. Fraser is aware, though. And it's a 3 versus 5 now. 2 versus 5. Jawstiff finding the frag. And they're just going to be saving, trying to keep the Deagles alive for the next round, knowing they are going to be on a full eco.
Yeah, and I mean, TrueAmbition can run this by again. They still can use the 2 max. The 2 max will still be just as viable, if not more, against the unarmored opponents. And yeah, that should make it 9-10 or 10-9 in the way of iNation.
They are if TrueAmbition are able to win the next full gun round on both teams, this is the comeback. This is where they can do it. We've seen it time and time again. Obviously, in the overpass game, we saw a great comeback from iNation. iNation from TrueAmbition. Seemingly a small comeback in the Dust game for Ambition. Obviously, wasn't able to close it out. But this is just what they need. The 8th round. They're slowly getting closer and closer to bringing themselves into being in the driver's seat. In the obviously having the advantage of rounds.
Yeah, just that one player with armor and a Deagle. It's almost going to be impossible for him to do anything in this round.
These though are going to be playing a little bit aggressively here towards the A side. It worked well in the last round, so they're just going to go, you know what, let's run it again. Both players towards CT already, and nothing's been seen. They can get so deep here. There are 3 players as well rotating through market. I just wonder the max will be as effective at that range. Reese getting taken down, showing that they clearly aren't. Never thought I'd think there would be a gunfight where the USP is favoured over the Mac 10. EJR, they're just locking them in. There's nothing they can do.
Yeah, this flank here from Fraser. Another kill, to be fair.
Oh my god.
Make that another 2.
PTK needs to do absolutely everything here. If he was able to find that frag, though, that would have been insane. Regardless, win or loss, that would have been 3 kills.
That's forced 3 players to rebuy in that round.
Fraser, though, having 6k. Dexter's going to bring the AWP out. AWP out on Dragon as well. Very limited util on the side. Well, on the side of CTs, but mainly on Dragon. Only a smoke and a flash to his name. Dexter as well, going to be playing so aggressive with the AWP. It's all about timing. Skipper able to find the frag onto Fraser. TrueAmbition's probably strongest player getting taken down instantaneously. And that's not what they needed.
Nobody towards A. The only presence they have is Reese and Connector.
Smoke has faded as well. Dragon just going to be re-smoking it. But if Reese goes through... Oh, he's so deep. If he goes unchecked, he could just push into jungle. Skipper now. Going to be holding. Oh, just all about timing. Didn't go in the favour for Reese. And it's a 3 versus 5 now. They're not aware of the back player either. He's going to be baited in perfectly. Just going to swing, able to find one. Doesn't find the second. EJR now going to be entering towards the site. The FAMAS. Able to find one. Will find the second as well. And that's 11 rounds for iNation. The T economy nearly broken as well.
They silently boosted Vladon onto Balk, and they had Dexter towards Apps since the very start of that round. So potentially they didn't believe he could have been Apps because he didn't hit the jump. So yeah, that was really well played. Potentially he could have played slightly more trigger discipline. But regardless, he went 1 for 1. And then the rest of the CT's clearing it up.
We are going to be seeing the buy, but EJR peeking in AWP. Oh, shot a little bit too early. Only saw his shoulder. Dropped EJR down to 16 HP though. So low. Look, oh my god, look how deep he is. Got the Mac 10 in jungle. There's no way they were going to be expecting this. Able to find the frag as well. Reese just opening up the round, and they don't even have to go A here. Reese in a position now where they have to gamble or rotate off the B site towards the A site. And there's just going to be 4 players going up connector.
Ooh, does he fully clear it?
He does. Oh my god, PTK has been so strong in these rounds. Fraser able to find the refrag. Jaws there, taking down PTK as well. The only defender of the A site, and they are going to be saving. iNation aren't giving up any weapons whatsoever.
That's 11 to 10 there. They can still... Yeah, I think it's going to be tough for iNation. Skipper can buy next round, but it's only 1 loss bonus. It's not going to be a great investment if they go for it.
And if they do go for it as well, they're going to be... If they do lose, the money's going to be in tatters. Choi unable to find the frag. Fraser can't back off, though. 2 in-game leaders battling out again. Goes in the favour of iNation. The round, though, for TrueAmbition. That's where Fraser got the win there. I really wonder whether iNation forced this.
I can't see them doing it. I think maybe a couple of deagles alongside it, but you're gonna get a bye next round, and you're really gonna put yourself in a really difficult situation. But they drop over the M4.
They do it.
They do go for the force.
And this is I would say this is an unnecessary risk. They could go 11-11 here, and if they could have just let TrueAmbition take the round, and it would be even Stevens. But they are gambling. They're gambling this round, and this is where it could go all wrong for the side of iNation. Fully invested into this round, and it could.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things that if it works, it looks genius, but if it doesn't, it looks a bit stupid.
Only 1 player currently towards the B site. Jorce is going to be pushing out. Doesn't find any contact. Going to be pushing up towards Van. Finds both of them. The spray onto both players there. And that's going to be a really tough retake for iNation. 4 versus 3 now. Are they going to go for it? They do have the information on the player. Choi finding the frag onto Fraser. Dexter, though, so deep with this AWP. Going to be ready. Oh, just going to smoke him off. I don't know. I feel like this could be favoured towards PTK. Going to be holding it. Finds the frag as well. Has the information on the market player as well. Nade going to be coming out. Doesn't find the frag. And once again, iNation forced to save. Trying to cripple the economy of TrueAmbition. Reese unnecessarily peeking there. Obviously had to exit somewhere, but not that soon. Choi finding the frag. And there it is, 11-11. I did say that you said sometimes it looks brilliant and otherwise it might look silly. And on the team of iNation, it does look a little bit silly. Force in there, their money is completely gone now.
Yeah, now they are going to have to take this half buy around these pistols. They're only on 2-round loss bonus, so they can't spend too much. There's still a chance they can do something in this round. They do have these 2 rifles. Obviously, we know everybody in the server has the individuals to use these pistols, these Deagles, these P2s.
Do have the info on him. Speaking about the Deagles, able to find Fraser, and it's a 5 versus 4 now for iNation. You can never rule them out. You can never rule anyone out. We've seen full ecos take the victor over a full buy. Are going to retrieve the AK as well, and that's 3 rifles on the side of iNation. Only 1 defender towards the B site now. Surely they've just got to take it. Jawster, though, just needs to... Shortly, he's seen no one towards connector. They're going to be able to push up short here. Oh, EJR getting taken down by Dragon. The 2 Deagles finding rifles as well. Choiv in such
All on Choiv. His team's hopes of winning this round on his back. The 2 teams split up. He gets the first. Can he get the bomb?
Dexter able to find the frag. Has the information on the market player as well. Is just going to plant towards short. He needs to find this next frag here or it's going to be so tough for him.
None of these remaining players have armor, though. The AK can really demolish them. He is towards short.
A flash and a smoke. No kit either. Peeking out Dexter. Sees the player towards apartments. Able to find the frag as well. Is just going to be playing passively here. Jawster able to get 1. And TrueAmbition should have this round. But it looked as though iNation had it. It was a 5 versus 3 at one point. Oh, Dragon knowing the wall bangs, knowing the spray perfectly. Although he's an AWPer, could never count it out on a rifle.
Those 2 rounds have actually been very costly for TrueAmbition. There 1 player survived there. The round before, 2 players survived. Obviously, Dexter's got his AWP out, but look, the money's not looking great for either side here.
TrueAmbition, 12th round. Really, really important stuff for them. If they're able to find this, they should be able to go 14. It's just whether what they'll do. It seems as though they're going to be fast towards B, and there seems to be 3 players currently towards the A site. This is going to be so important for TrueAmbition if they're able to find this. Dexter, though, so deep with the AWP. Is just going to fall back, though. Doesn't want to take any unnecessary risks.
Yeah, falling off of B. Going back to retrieve this bomb. 2 players underpass. The Dragon gets the kill mid on Reese. He didn't expect that. 1 player in Palace. In ramp, sorry.
If iNation find this next frag, it should seemingly go in their way. Obviously, they were at a 5v3 before. And TrueAmbition were able to win it. So you can, once again, you can never count them out in any situation. They're playing this so passively, though. The CTs aren't giving up anything. And that's not what TrueAmbition want. They want to find a lone player.
Jawsters is going back towards Apps. He's likely going to be lurking under, or he's going to be the one selling this fake.
Very limited utility. Only 1 smoke and a couple flashes. And Dragon's going to be holding the angle with the AWP. Unable to find one. They've got the information on him as well. There isn't a player towards Palace, so Dragon should be fairly useless, but fairly unimportant in this round. Choi, though, finding the frag onto EJR. Fraser, though, able to kill one, but PTK so deep towards default. They have the information on Jawster as well. They know he's towards connector, but he's gone back into jungle. 12 seconds left. He's able to find one. Not able to find, able to find one that round, but not anymore. And that is 12-12.
We might finish this game and look back at this round as the reason why one of these 2 teams won the game. That was so important. Both those teams will be reset after losing it. TrueAmbition are the team that are on the eco this round. 12-12, as you said. It should is the main word there, be 13-12 to iNation. 3 rounds off of the grand final. But such a close game, such a close series. Absolute treat to cast this one.
I think as well. You think about it. This is where all experience comes in. Obviously, both teams 12 and 12. The final map, the last stages just before the grand final. This is where the nerves are going to be coming in, and this is where the mentality is going to be shifting. And you know you got to keep calm, cool, and collected, or this game could be over for your team. Going to be a really, really tough one, but it is just going to be a measly Deagle, maybe some pistol buy for TrueAmbition. Jawster isn't going to buy anything though. Want to drop that AWP over to Dexter in the next round.
Yeah, only this one Deagle, like you mentioned, but if there's a player who'd want to win you the round with that one Deagle, it would be Fraser, the way he's been playing this series.
Frag's very even on both teams. Fraser, though, has been doing really well with the Deagle, but it is Jawster putting up the numbers this game. EJR getting taken down by Skipper. We've seen that altercation many rounds. EJR getting taken down first. Not going to be happy, but Dexter finding the frag with the Glock is going to get taken down by Skipper, though. But you never really expect a Glock to ever beat an M4 in a 1v1, especially with no armor. But that frag could be the difference. That's another piece of util that, you know, just what they needed. And it's also another rebuy on the side of iNation. They really don't have the money for this.
I don't know if PTK didn't have head armor there, because he took almost full damage from that one dink.
He must not have. Yeah, just an unnecessary risk. Skipper able to find another as well.
But this is by far a perfect buy from TrueAmbition here. 3.4k on Reese, 3.9 on EGR, and that's the pool scored by Fraser. They are going for the buy, Mac 10 and a Galil out. Potentially a fast hit somewhere.
I think regardless of what happens here, I think we are going to see... Well, I don't know if TrueAmbition are going to play for the OT if they do lose this round. Obviously, we saw it in the Ancient game in the previous quarterfinals. It's just whether they'll want to risk giving iNation that 15th round. We've seen how strong iNation are, and you know, TrueAmbition have had a difficulty in stringing rounds together. So you really don't want to give iNation match point.
Yeah, this is.
Oh my
this
God,
could be it.
I think it might be a B rush coming in from the CTs, from the Ts. They have got 3 players close towards the B site though. Have boosted a player into ladder, and it's all what EJR finds top mid. He's able to find a frag, sell a fake, or anything. It's going to be really important. Smoke coming in though. Vladen able to find one. The molly is going to do some damage though. No, it's not. It was just fake sound. Oh, Orb unable to find one. But Dragon will find Fraser. And it's Dexter in a 1 versus 4. They have the info on him, but Dexter able to find one. I don't know where this last player is. All this shooting though, no, they know he's not planting the bomb. Oh, Dexter's in such a tough spot. Does have a lot of time to play with. It's just what he does with it.
No one's given him anything. He still thinks there's somebody on site.
Oh, it's all about timing. Oh, unable to find the frag. Will do some damage with the nade. The smoke's going to go down. It's just where he finds it with the Deagle. And Dragon going to find Dexter. And that's the 14th round for iNation. TrueAmbition here in such a tough spot. Don't have enough to actually buy. But they're going to have to give up that... They're going to have to give up that 15th round. And obviously their buy was really weak in the last one. Whether it was worth it to go for that force, I do not think so. Obviously they can win this round. We've seen those... The little half buys do really well. It's just whether they'll do anything this round. No players towards mid. They've read it perfectly. It's just whether Choi will be able to get anything with the... Well, against the pistols here. Choi able to get 2. Same with Dragon dropping down 1 player. Dexter once again getting really deep, but doesn't find anything with it. And EJR 1v5 Glock no armor.
To be fair, he sniped up quite deep. Could cast a low out HP player, but it's been called over. Another dink or another tag. But this is it. 1 round away from the grand finals. It's overtime or elimination for TrueAmbition now. They're getting this final buyout. No AWP for Dexter. All AK-47s. Can they do it to bring it to overtime? To give them another chance?
We've seen it happen once. We can, there's a chance of us seeing it happen again. They are going to be playing really aggressive short, though. Look how fast Dragon's got here. Whether he'll find anything with the AWP, though, is the question. Oh, the util doing so much here. Vladen finding the frag onto Dexter. That's a player you don't want going down here. He's been so strong on this T side and on this map.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, regardless who goes down, you don't want anyone to go down. They've been struggling to win the rounds when iNation get the opening picks. It's been the same storyline all series, and they're forced to go back to A. 2 players there. Troy rotating into connector to add a third to the defense. This sandwich play is going to be so hard to clear.
Just whether they molly it, whether they're aware, and if they're not, I think it could be over for TrueAmbition. They're going to need so many frags here. The sandwich player able to get one. PTK will get traded. Choiv is going to push through the smoke, finds one, and we've got Jaws in a 1 versus 3 now, able to bring one down from the 1v4, but is very low HP, 20 HP, and the nade might find him. Is going to get found, and that's it. iNation getting that second map, just what they needed, taking down TrueAmbition. Absolutely crazy stuff. iNation getting through to the grand final, and absolutely massive, absolutely crazy game from both teams. But iNation were just a little bit better.
Yeah, unbelievable there. I mean, I really think I went into that map favouring iNation just due to the amount they played it during this tournament. But I think after that huge lead that iNation did take, after that 9-6 half from TrueAmbition, they really came out the gates fragging, really. They bought it back, made it a really close game, and an absolute joy for us to watch. I'm sure the spectators to watch. I'm sure everyone was nail-biting during that whole game. So close, such a close series in general. Really well played from both teams. Well deserved from iNation, but disappointing. I'm sure TrueAmbition are going to be disappointed by so many rounds just not going their way, not going exactly how they needed it, and I'm sure they're going to feel really awful after that game.
Yeah, just a little bit unfortunate. I think that 13th round when they sent the force, they gave up that 15th round when we spoke about how strong iNation were. They were just able to get that. Once they're on that 15th, they only need 1 round, and it was exactly what happened. Really unlucky for the side of TrueAmbition. But we know how strong they are. I believe they probably will be. They might be playing the next season of SCL. So obviously, and get the scrims in, get the games in, and then come back a stronger team. We know how strong they have been, and it was just obviously still taking it to a 3rd map. Nothing to be disappointed about. But obviously, iNation just a little bit more well versed there. Nothing they could really do.
Yeah, I do think they're gonna have a lot to watch in those demos in general. I think they're gonna have a lot to look at, a lot to improve on. But yeah, we would love to see them next season, frankly, because they are a team that can always come back. And we've seen so much from each of the individuals of TrueAmbition. I mean, Fraser today with Jaws there as well. 2 players who played absolutely incredibly, but it just sadly wasn't enough.
Yeah, obviously, you brought in Choiv at the early game. I've got a little treat for you. I asked Fraser if he wanted to have a little post-match interview, and yeah, we should be going into that very shortly. Do you have a webcam, Fraser? Or
I do not.
You do not, no worries, that's fine. So what are your thoughts? After that, must be a little bit disappointing. Obviously, most players or everyone on your team putting up a real fight, but just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, basically, we were actually super confident going into the game because we thought we'd own the VO. But we just, every time we play our first game or first map we play on the day, we're just too slow to adapt. So if we were adapted quicker on map 1, I think it would have been a 2-0. But we're pretty disappointed. But they are the best team in the league, and I think they'll win the whole thing. So not too down about it.
Yeah.
So what in that game? Obviously, you pointed out in the first map you were quite slow to do what you were looking to do. Was there anything else that you think went wrong during those games? Anything else that stopped you from winning that?
Not particularly. I think we played pretty well, and we played to our strength. And we even though on the first game, for example, we were quite far. We were getting owned, but we're still resilient. We still put up a fight and so that we can come back.
Yeah, I think it was what 11-2 down in that Dust game, and you brought it back to 16-11. So obviously really respectable. I said previously that in both of the first two, obviously the Dust and the Overpass game, you were 11-4 down in the first half of the Dust game, 10-5 down in the Overpass game, and it was just an absolute storm. I think it was you won 10 rounds in a row. It went 15-10 to you guys, and then obviously closed out the game 16-11. I thought that, although iNation did go up early in the Mirage game, we know how strong you guys were in that second half, just getting their confidence, and it must have just been a little bit unfortunate there.
Yeah, it is. We're pretty disappointed, but at the same time, we're not like too disheartened because we know they're actually a really good team.
Yeah,
I've got a question more individually for you here. Obviously today you played incredibly despite the loss still. In terms of how you're setting yourself up, is that something you're doing? Are you setting yourself up potentially to take entries for the team, leave them in a situation where you're giving them the info, and then call in from the grave essentially?
No, not particularly. I don't think I call around myself at all. I think we call what more to like we kind of think about what they're going to be doing and see if we can find info about the setups they're going to run, and then we try and call into that, or based on the guns they have. So I don't really call around myself or anything. I don't know. I think like every time I hold down the scoreboard and I look at people, I just think that in any server I can still be the best player. So I'm just confident regardless.
Yeah, as well,
Good to hear.
I was gonna say, a lot of your frags came from those clutch rounds. I think, especially on the CT side, I think that you were in a 2v5 brought to a 2v2, and it just went just a little bit unfortunate. But
Yeah,
I
we
think,
were pretty poor in like the 2vx's as well.
I was
in
gonna
the series, I think.
I was gonna say the opposite. I think you, and obviously you might not have won as many rounds as you'd like, but I think you were able to get those frags. I think you and Jawster were in loads of clutches. May not have gone the way you'd like, but you were still obviously getting those frags, keeping their economy as low as you could. But it just wasn't meant to be, I guess. But obviously, a really great matchup going to the third map. Obviously, we didn't see you on Overpass or on Mirage in the last couple games. Was it that kind of meant to be a surprise, or is it...
Yeah, so we know that they don't really play overpass. We didn't anti-strat them or anything. We just like counter vetoed them pretty hard. Like people don't really know, but we do play Dust 2 quite a lot. It just hasn't come up in our ESCA or SCL games. So we knew that we pretty much knew this was going to be the exact VO. We didn't prepare for it still. Maybe we should have in hindsight, but we were pretty confident and focusing on like ESCA more. So I guess
Yeah, well, that's fair enough.
So I've got so obviously after the Dust game was initially very dominant. Obviously you guys brought it back. After the 10-5 half on Overpass, what was the mental like in the team? Were you still completely positive and knew that you could bring it back? Because obviously you won that game pretty quite by a considerable margin. Sorry, even though you were down quite heavily. Was everyone still completely on board, completely normal mentally?
yeah, we know our CT overpass is like one of our best sides on any map. So like in prax, a lot of times we get like 12 plus rounds. So we're super confident on overpass in particular on CT. We have a lot of depth to our like plays and like the aggression we can do. But sorry, I forgot what I was gonna say.
No
But yeah,
worries.
a lot of our wins in the ESCA and SCL, we start losing like even 9-6 or 10-5 or even worse. We start losing that in the first half, and we're super comfortable on any side that we can come back. I think our mental is really strong.
Yeah, I think that is always something that can be the difference. You could be, really strong team fragging wise, but it's all about mentality. The second the heads drops, the game's over. And in reality, when starting on T side, like a map like Overpass, you can lose the half 13-2, and you know that if you win that pistol round, you win the next force buy, you get the economy on the CT. You know that game can always be yours. And I think that's the great thing. Like if you are slightly more one sided on a map, you've always got something to fall back on and something to maybe surprise the enemies with.
Yeah, for sure. Like even if it was a reverse and we were down on T side, I think we're confident. Like we're really resilient, and a lot of people, like a lot of other teams, they get super complacent when they go up that much, and we're the opposite. So I think we're like, regardless of the first half, we still think we can win any point.
Yeah, well, no, that is going to be the difference in between obviously your team and a lot of others. I just feel like you maybe I'm gonna pick up a round quite specifically on I think on the Mirage game. It was what 13-11, and I believe you decided to force instead of eco. Was it because you had a read, or was it just more you wanted to try and bring it as close as possible?
I don't really remember. It might have been because their money was pretty bad. Like usually we buy around what we think their money would be.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. No, it was,
so
it was
if,
just you were on a couple. I think you were on a couple Galileos, Mac 10s, and stuff like that. And
yeah,
it was just
probably because I think that round did we go B maybe?
yeah, you did. Go
Okay,
B.
yeah, I think we had the read that this guy was playing Balk all the time, and that they kind of play heavy towards A at the start of their rounds. So we tried to do a pop because the guy should just be full blind and we should just get the site, but I think he spammed 2 people were blind, so it's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, no, he did. A lot of util damage came in as well, so it was a little bit unfortunate. But you know, a really good series. Obviously, you guys put up really big numbers, and I'm guessing
Yeah, it was fun to play.
you guys are going to be really ready for next season. I'm guessing
Yeah.
you guys are going to be playing.
Yeah, I imagine so.
We
We want
should.
to play as much as we can.
Yeah, we should be seeing you in the next season. Then you know, you're obviously really strong players individually, and hopefully it can be that grand final or maybe even the win of the whole thing. You guys are such a strong team, so you know, I can't wait.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, thanks for doing this, and also yeah, good luck in any of your next matches coming up.
Thanks. Feel free to cover them if you want. Just drop me a message.
Yeah, I'd love to.
See ya. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Perfect.
cheers.
Thanks for that, then.
Thank you. But yeah, no, really close game between those two teams. Obviously, two absolute tyrants coming in. iNation being the victor, they did just have that just slight edge, especially on the map like Dust 2. It was just very one-sided. Obviously, TrueAmbition were able to bring it back, but it just wasn't meant to be. But the grand final tomorrow. What are your thoughts, Charlie? What are you thinking? What's the mentality right now?
I didn't even check up on the last game to see who.
I think
who they played. It was endangered.
Yep.
It was endangered. Obviously, we watched sort of half of their last quarter-final game. So yeah, I'm really excited. Obviously, they got Red Star playing for them. Obviously, an incredible player. We just watched iNation play this whole series. They played really well. They're definitely going to be looking at some of the demos, some of the problems they had, potentially even looking at the games they won, potentially looking at that Dust 2, looking why were TrueAmbition able to come back a bit? Like, obviously, you want to completely stomp your opponents, give them no chance back in. I think they're going to have a bit to look at. But yeah, I can't wait for that game. It's going to be really exciting. Two incredible teams battling out for the whole tournament victory.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Absolutely insane stuff. Obviously, we can't wait for the grand final, and neither can you guys. So obviously, make sure you're following SCL League on Twitter. I believe it's SCL League_net. They'll keep you guys updated on the times, on everything SCL, everything you need to hear. You know, it's going to be an absolutely amazing grand final. We can't wait to watch it, and I'm guessing you can't either. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. What a great series that we got to watch today. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy the final.